hear the trailers we gotta talk
I was
about.
so sure.
Get out the base! Get out the base! Hans, get off the beach!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 702nd episode of the Geekverse podcast. I'm Cannons Trasnell. Oh, which bike am I? Really? What is going on? Oh my god, this fucking over here. Not only, who am I joined by?
You sound great. I'm No Trailers Kirkland. Pat's
No, Trey's great. Not only, and it's somewhat my fault. I sent the notes, and Taylor couldn't make it, and then Dylan was a maybe, and he couldn't make it. So it's just me and Kirkland. So the notes, I sent all the trailers. Usually what happens, I send all the topics to the guys. I sent all the trailers, but just Resident Evil, Leviticus, whatever all the trailers are, Spider-Noir, but I didn't put trailers. So Kirkland sits down. I think he's memeing with me. He's like, oh, no trailers tonight, eh? I'm like, what do you mean? Something I'm wrong. And then I look and I go, okay, I didn't put the trailers there, so fine. And then we were talking about this like, I don't know, 2 minutes ago. Not once did he tell me I was on the wrong mic. What's going on?
I couldn't. My volume was really low, so I actually thought it was on my end.
Oh, yeah.
And it wasn't as echoey as it normally was. And then as soon as we got going, I'm like, oh fuck, I better get you now, because I was gonna just let it play out, but
Okay.
yeah,
Well,
I'm glad I corrected you.
what we're going to do for the opening is everyone's watching live. You can throw me any questions for about 8 to 10 minutes. Kirkland's be on the side watching trailers over here, and I'm going to tell you why our cannons are bigger than any other cannons on the podcasting land out there. All right. So Kirkland's be watching those trailers. You got anything to say before you go watch these trailers?
I do have a little mini story to quickly say, because
Wow.
I before I joined here, I kind of had like a little panic moment, because I popped in the Discord, and of course, go check out our Discord, some good stuff in there. And Taylor sent a photo of his seating arrangement for his theater that he was in. Is that for Prada? Is that what he's in for?
No, that's Mando.
Holy shit, that's crazy. So that's actually why, because I saw the seating arrangement and then it just hit me. I'm like, oh my god, I didn't buy Mando tickets yet. I had a panic moment. No panic. No need for panic at all.
No.
There's so many seats available. It is insane. We're like less than a month away
Yep.
from this movie, and there's still so many like prime seating in like the best screen on the west side here. So it's just
It's pretty
yeah,
sad.
It's a different time for Star Wars.
It's
but
pretty sad.
That's all I'll
to
say.
that, so. Okay, Kirkland's gonna be over there. So, yeah. So we'll, like I said, anything you want to hit me live, do that. Or you kill some time tonight. We're talking about Avengers: Secret Wars rumored roster, which is gonna be a lot of fun. I gotta pull up because I forgot some of the members, but that's gonna be fun because a couple scoopers talk about that. So get Kirkland's thoughts on what's going on there. We got the Resident Evil trailer to break down. That's gonna be a full breakdown where we pause it because I got some things to say. But then we were talking about Spider-Man Noir. We're talking. We're gonna hear. God damn it. We're going to hear Kirkland's thoughts on Clayface and Evil Dead Burn. We're going to be talking about a Battlefield movie. We're going to be talking about, oh God, what else? Maybe what we've been watching. We'll see how long this takes. Let me get all the notes here. I'm unprepared now. I was just going to go into talk to Kirkland, but he threw me to the wolves here, and here I am. But I hope everyone is doing well. Obviously, lots of stuff on the feed as my hair gets fucked up. Lots of stuff on the feed. Go check it out. We're reviewing The Boys. We're reviewing Daredevil. We're reviewing Euphoria, me and Kirkland, every Sunday. Soon we'll be doing X-Men 97 and House of Dragon and Lanterns and Punisher One Last Kill. If you're excited for that, we have, they're all going on the feeds, but all the Punisher things that are live action, the 3 movies and the TV shows we have reviewed, those are exclusive on the Patreon feed. There's a bevy of tiers and a bevy of benefits you can get on the Patreon tier. Phase 2 to 4 all has exclusive episodes. They also have behind the scenes footage. They have, well, sometimes behind the scenes footage, but behind the scenes stuff, polls. You get to join After 9, which is our call-in show. And we got exclusive reviews up there. We got exclusive commentary tracks up there. We got the flashback episode where we talk about things of GV past. We listen to old episode. We got Bread and Butter, which is an evergreen show. Tons of stuff up there. Like I said, phase 2 to 4, you all got exclusive episodes, varying degrees. But phase 4 is where you want to be if you want everything, because that's over 51. I got to do the full count, but over 51 I'm just to say over 50, maybe soon to be 60 exclusive episodes on that tier. It's a good tier to be on. You get to also pick a movie, just like April's doing. We're reviewing Only Lovers Left Alive next month, so that's going to be a good time. And yeah, lots of stuff on the feed, so we'd very much appreciate that. Soon this week we'll do the flashback episode, so this weekend you'll get it. That's for phase 3 and up, where we are listening to bits and pieces of episode 4, which is a classic story of many things, but Taylor having some run-ins, maybe his father more so having some runs at the Dutch, and Taylor also getting kicked out of McDonald's. Some legendary stories that we got lots of new details on, folks. It's not just the old stories. Taylor has even photograph proof this time, so there's some good stuff going on there. And then for patrons, you'll be getting early, because all the episodes that we do on the main feed, if you go to Patreon, you get them early. You can get them ad-free. So you don't got to worry about any ads whatsoever. My interview with the Vampire Season 1 retrospective will be going early as well. I recorded that today, and then we're recording Season 2 soon. So there's just tons of stuff up there. And then even then, this month, we're going to be continuing Resident Evil. We're talking about movie trailer today. We're reviewing all the animated live-action movies. Because of that, we are starting our Pirates of the Caribbean retrospective that all of you picked. So look out for that you unlocked on GV Day, and maybe there'll be some announcements soon about that particular day. And then, yeah, just tons of stuff. I'm trying to think if there's anything. Mortal Kombat's next week. We did a commentary track for the first movie. We did commentary tracks for the 90s movie that are exclusive on Patreon. Lots of stuff there. Like I said, we understand on Patreon that it is people are shelling out their own money, right? It's easy, which we appreciate everybody that subscribes, downloads, watches. We love you all. But Patreon, you're doing a little extra. You're skipping a coffee, skipping a McDonald's, skipping a Subway, whatever. We appreciate that. So we try to give you the best bang for your buck when you're doing that. Yeah, last week me and the Gimmick Boys did a gimmick stream as well for GM mode. That's a very close stream right now. And then, yeah, the next little bit is going to be newscasts, and then Mortal Kombat, Mandalorian, Scary Movie, Toy Story, lots of good stuff happening. So I've killed 7 minutes, and Kirkland's still just sitting there locked in watching his trailer. So what else are we talking about? Oh, we're talking about Dexter Season 2 stuff. We're talking about DJANGO and ZORRO. I guess that movie's happening. We're talking about the rumored Nintendo slate. So yeah, there's a lot of good topics. A lot of good, I think, more mini ones, but I think it's going to be a nice, fun, full show. And yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. Crazy world today, crazy stories out there. What I wanted to bring up, though, I was going to bring those for, I still want to wait for Kirkland, because I got to see his reaction to this, because I just saw some ad to what The Rock was doing. Kirkland, watch your trailers. Don't look over here. I see him smiling over there. Watch your trailers. Watch your trailers. Rock was doing some ad for some project, and man, I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, hope everyone's doing well. Travis told you this week I talked about James Gunn and Michael Box Office, and yeah. Lots of good stuff. Lots of good stuff happening on GV feeds. What else? What can I talk about randomly? Again, chat, throw me a lifeline. That's always happens, right? When you need a lifeline, chat's not there. The weeks that we have nothing, no questions. The week we're loaded with topics, loaded with questions. So that's what happens. But my life is going good. You know, what am I got going on this weekend? I think for once, I guess me and Kirkland still got Euphoria on Sunday, but finally there's nothing going on Saturday. I've enjoyed, recording the Patreon stuff and the After 9 stuff, but life is very busy because the kids got all their activities going on. They got soccer and dance and kung fu and Girl Guides. It's nonstop. I'm very excited for summer coming up. I'm very excited to have a little more free time. I like them doing their events, of course, and their activities, so don't want to take that away. Love doing what they're doing. I guess I should also shout out the Patreon producers. Shout out to Aaron Brain, April Darkness, Jack Grant, Superbad Mike, God Loves Me 69, or A.K. Normarie Fias, Hidalgo, Haya, Lenny Kravitz, Cocktail Clay, John with No H, Sam Green, and John M. That's what I could mini complain about is I threw my arm there. It hurt. I didn't work out today because I've been doing double dipping lately. I've been working out, and then the same night when me and Taylor go to the gym, I'm doing workouts again. So I think this week I went a little too hard. The right shoulder's feeling it. But this bastard, Taylor Field, just let me tell you what I have to deal with when I go to the gym with him. Okay, usually we try to go after a cast, because at least for me I prefer that, because that's usually when Emily's doing her own thing or asleep, so I'm not missing on hanging out with her, right? So lately I'd found out that Taylor did not change before he went after the podcast. He would finish the podcast like, oh, I gotta change. So I said, hey, and now he does not live close to me anymore. He lives like a 20-15 minute drive depending, right? So hey, I'm like, can you cut down some of that time and just change before and do that? Because I have a bedtime at 12:30. I like trying to get to bed at 12:30. I usually only sleep 5.5 to 6 hours, so that's the sweet spot. Because if I go to bed too early, then I'm up early, and it's just a thing, right? Maybe one day when the twins are back to, or they're sleeping like a regular children, then great. But with Taylor, I said, okay, you do that. And then last night was the boys, and he had to upload the boys. So I told him, hey, we'll go to the gym. You upload, and this is a great time because lots of times the doubles and we can't go. So it's like, okay, we're gonna go to the gym. We're gonna start the podcast at 8, be done at 9, be at the gym at 9:30. That's great, perfect. That's a reasonable time, right? Because I get home, shower, and I'm always up after the gym too. I stay awake. So this happens. I say, oh, you can upload the boys. So I'm sitting there waiting. I'm already outside because he's like, oh, I'm gonna come get you, or like I'm gonna come right after. I'm outside waiting. I do my jogs. I do my jumping jacks, and I get a notification that the boys episode's been uploaded to the Patreon. And I go, okay, what's going on? Because I told this fucker to upload it after the gym. So I asked him, like, hey, what's going on? Why are you uploading the episode? Oh, no, I got to do it now. I'm like, well, no, like, how you pick me up and then we go to the gym, you do it after. Oh, no, I'll be asleep. I'll be asleep after the gym. So this fucking guy, and he's going to be up. He's lying. There's times where he stays up. He's watching me have him shake. This fucking guy is delaying me. So then it's like, okay, it takes to 10. And then finally at 10, okay, I'm leaving. Don't get to the gym till 10:30. It made no difference. We had a one cast with just the two of us. I thought, okay, easily early gym night. No difference whatsoever. And this fucking guy, good for him. He gets to sleep in. But now I've decided that those nights I'm going to be uploading the cast because I can't trust the man, I cannot trust the man. So... oh man, what else is going on here in the world? It's tough for me to keep going because I see Kirkland. He's looking over. That doesn't help me. It doesn't help me if I know he's done or not.
I haven't even started the trailers. I was just
you're just listening to my stories.
Oh, I'm kidding. A lot of the trailers, a lot of girthy, long trailers over here. But good story. Not surprised.
Are you done on the trailers?
I'll go back.
What are you doing? Get back there. What are you doing?
I need a break. I need a break. I feel like I'm fucking Clockwork Orange over here just watching these trailers. But anyway.
Got some bad trailers, so or good trailers. We'll see what happens. What else is there? How else can I kill time? I've done the links. Told you a life story. This is like me on open night radio now. Right? Kids playing baseball outside. If you don't know, if you listen to Travis Told You, that's going to be going, it's twice a week, but it's going to be, I'm going to be reviewing the interview or the Vampire Lestat as my second episode. And then as the first episode of the week. And the second episode is going to be news or an evergreen. Sometimes this news is dripping. I'll be popping in with 3 episodes because in the summer we got lots of movie reviews. So those will be our GV episodes. Next week, I guess too, me and Taylor, oh, guys, here we go. This is what I can complain about, rant a little bit about. Star Wars, May the 4th is coming up, right? So next week, Dylan's gone for the next 2 weeks now. 2.5 weeks. So there's going to be some times where Kirkland and Taylor host SideQuest, and I'm hosting SideQuest this week with Taylor. And we thought, what are we going to talk about? And we thought we're going to talk about this whole CEO scandal. And no, Dylan wouldn't like that. So then what we're going to do is, and Dylan was on a good mind frame. He wants us, we're going to do some sort of Star Wars themed episode, right? Kind of cantina conversations, I think talk about the games that are on the docket right now, some of the games we love. Perfect. That's all great for me. I'm excited for a lot of Star Wars games today. I'm excited that Star Wars Celebration shared some art of their video game stuff, and 1/4 of the picture was Knights of the Old Republic. That was great. But then also on the docket, which I agreed to, and I shouldn't have, but I had some hope, and we'll see. I agreed to next Monday I got to review all of them all, which is only 8 episodes. But I'd watched 2 episodes, and if it did not encourage me to keep going. So I'm hoping it's going to be good, but I don't know. I'm a little down on it. So look for that on the feeds as well. And then also next week we're going to do a Fight Club retrospective. So Kirkland, you got some days to see Fight Club.
Yeah. No, it's great.
You saw all the trailers?
I am all caught up. Yes.
Perfect.
Thanks for the delay.
Yeah, I tried my best.
The chat interaction was great. Great timing for all that.
They came in for me. No, I think there's a glitch. We got a lower.
I thought you were gonna go all in on just that story.
No, when you're done, I could have ranted more, but no, I think sometimes this happens with Twitter or YouTube. That like we're not like a crazy live view podcast, but the number right now, I'm like, okay, it's a little low. There's something going on. Twitter sometimes it doesn't fully share the video. It's annoying. So I went to go get the news, and I'm pulling up my Twitter. First thing on my timeline is this fucking Rock tweet, and it's an official Rock. It says, "Yo, Julian, your skins never look better. Big ass Amazon box of Papatua, Papa 2, right?
Is that his new?
Oh fuck!
company?
It is. Look at that. Dermatologist tested by
tested
found by Dwayne Johnson. Oh
Okay, we gotta
no,
order
coming
some
your
of
way.
this. We gotta order some
Volcanic
of this.
ash plus charcoal is your Papatua magical elixir. Follow
Papa
Papa DJ's Follow Papa DJ's advice with only using a small dollop. And thank you for making Papatua #1. In what? In what? I guess in Amazon Men's Care.
Just
Enjoying.
everything.
Keep giving me all your feedback. Again, I love The Rock. He is a self-made man. This is what I mean.
This video.
People gotta pull up the video. When I saw this shit, he is multiple years the highest paid actor in the world. This video already opens up. He looks like he's one of those actors that's doing straight to streaming DVD movies that like he's just trying to sell anything. It's a video.
Or you know when you can like pay like a usual, no disrespect,
Cameo.
but usually like a B
Yes.
celebrity that will do like happy
On
birthday
Cameo.
Travis. yeah, okay, that's what they're called. I forgot what it was.
That's what this looks like. For people that don't know if they're watching the video, it's Dwayne Johnson. He's a PNG. So he's on his green screen, and there's a video. There's a video of a guy behind him, and he's gonna be talking, and it's just even the opening of this video, the way Dwayne DJ's eyes are like closed here. But let's take.
So
what
he's
the
like
hell?
reacting to the video. Is that the?
I don't
idea?
know. I didn't watch it. I just saw this. I said, "What the fuck is this? What's the Rock like?"
Give me a play.
Man, like what?
The Rock, this is for you. Everyone else keep scrolling. I don't care. What did you put in this?
Okay, we gotta watch this whole thing. I'm sorry. We
gonna-
gotta keep.
The Rock, this is for you. Everyone else keep scrolling. I don't care. What did you put in this? What did you put in this? I mean,
And Rock doesn't fucking know. He don't know. He's just got somebody on the side putting this stuff in here.
my skin has never looked better. I use this a couple times a week. It's got like
This
And
image
he's got
right
like the
here.
7-year-old grandma glasses on right now.
He has this image
what
right
did
here. Hang
what
on.
did you put in this? I mean, my skin has never looked better.
Right there, that looks like Taylor with the fucking pop on episode 700 when the pop's exploding in his hands. I'm gonna save this DJ meme, man.
Man.
I use this a couple times a week. It's got like volcanic ash magic or something in it.
Oh, he says the product name. That's
Never
good.
has my skin looked this clear. Tell me what's going on.
All right, Julian, my man, I got you. Thank you so much.
At least
for
he's
that
not on the
message. I
green screen
appreciate it. You
anymore.
know what?
But
I
like,
don't know you,
why is
but I
he
feel
just like? I get it because he built his career on the marketing himself, promoting himself. But why is he just like such like a mascot for all this? And that Twitter account, it is 2,000 followers. Like, what are we at? Like, I know Geek for says like, it's like 1,000 something. Like, right? Like, hang on, what do we have? We're not even at 1,000. So you go, we're at 618. We don't do much on Twitter. We just put out our links and stuff. But still, this brand only got like 2,000. It's nothing like
like I
massive,
know you.
but.
And your skin looks great. It's never looked better. Thank you for saying.
Never looked better. He's never seen this man in his life before.
Man, thank you
That's
for
a good
loving your
point.
Papa. I got you, man. You
Loving
asked
your
what was
Papa.
in here. The exfoliating facial scrub from Papa Tui. This is one of my favorite
Papa
products.
Tui.
I'm not just saying that because I'm a little biased. It's true.
Oh, a
you
little,
felt
yeah.
the effects of it.
Oh, that's
I feel
why
the
you're
effects
saying
of
that.
this too as well. For you and all my dudes
I mean, he's
out
got
there
great
who are
skin.
using
I'll
this,
give
who are
that
loving
much,
this,
but I
by
don't
the
think
way.
it's
One
because
of
of
our
Papa
top
Tui.
selling product. You asked
No.
what was in here. What is the volcanic ash magic that is in here?
He's like, it's the remnants of my old ancestors. We just cooked them all up and threw them in this thing.
Well, I'm not going to give you all the secrets, but I will tell you.
Straight the mana.
that,
Straight
when
from the
we
mana.
volcanic ash,
This secret.
this, who are loving this, by the way. It's one of our top selling products. You asked what was in here. What is the volcanic ash magic that is in here? Well, I'm not going to give you all the secrets, but I will tell you.
Rock every day just pumping a load into some bottle and they mass produce it. I'm not going to give you all the secrets, but
A
you
little
know.
Papa Tui in there.
Yeah, a little
That,
puff to
it
you.
went with volcanic ash mixed with charcoal because it's a great exfoliator for your face. And I know that
How are
the
they
directions
harvesting
back
this
here
volcanic ash?
say to
Just
use
off
it
of
2
Hawaii, I
to 3
guess?
times a week. Brother, I use it every day.
Brother.
But here's the secret.
Oh.
When you use it every day, because it is a strong exfoliator, we are working out, we're sweating, we're doing the whole thing. So at the end of the day, I'm still using this every day. But here's the thing. Magical
Wait a
elixir-
second. I thought he said he uses it to. What the fuck? Hang on. Listen to this. He just. He just
Contradicted
contradicts us.
himself?
Yeah,
exfoliator
listen.
for your face. And I know that the directions back here say to use
Oh,
it
the
2 to 3
directions.
times
Okay.
a week. Brother,
So-
I use it every day.
Okay, so it's the direction that's at. He's just saying that so he can sell more bottles, right? So you go through it, but
Here's
Like
how.
actually, and I'm actually
Magical-
pretty sure. I'm not like a skin expertise, nor is DJ here. But
No, he has no idea. They just
when
get,
it's like
he's
like a
sitting-
heavy exfoliator, you're not supposed to use that every day because it like
No.
it's like a scrub and it just rips your face apart. So yeah, do not listen to this man.
He's sitting in his yard and they hand him a product and they say, talk about this. And he records a video. He passes his agent and then they hand him another product. Like, talk about this.
He just goes through like a string of them. He just reacts to, like
100%.
different videos, different
Elixir.
products.
I take our hydrating facial cleanser from Papa Tui. A little bit of squeeze, probably.
Oh,
that
we're gonna
much.
watch The Rock put it
Now,
on.
The key with the
The key, here we
exfoliating
go.
facial scrub is
Fucking
Why is
double
the-
loads.
Why is The
That's
Rock
it.
doing
No
That's
more
not
than
just a
that.
dollop, by the way.
because a little, as you will see, goes up
What's he doing
very,
with this?
very
He's
long.
not gonna put it on his face. He's wearing glasses right now. Like, what is happening?
Imagine if it just fucking burned him. he's looking like Clayface. He's like, oh!
Long
He's
way.
gonna put it on his
So
cheeks, I
do
bet.
use it every day, and it goes a long way.
Or is he
Don't
not even?
Put a whole
He's not gonna
bunch
use his
on.
own product?
And in terms of the,
He's
I'm
gonna
not
pause this
fucking
video and be
using
like, get this
Yeah.
fucking shit off me.
It's burning my hands.
ingredients we got in here, we have peptides, we have hyaluronic acid, we have.
Oh, he forgot.
niacinamide,
Did you see that? They had to cut. Did you
and
see that?
Yeah.
Put a whole bunch on.
Not one take.
And in terms of the
They replaced it with a
ingredients
different
we got in
cream
here, we have
between the
peptides, we have
cuts.
hyaluronic acid, we have niacinamide, and you know, being the founder of Papa Tui, it's
Oh, yeah?
important to me
Yeah,
to
yeah, of
make
course,
sure
yeah.
that we're delivering products that
Like, he literally
are
just
high
put it in his
quality
hands.
and
That's all he
delivering
did.
products also
That's what he does
that you can trust.
every day.
So
of the
thank
week.
you,
do this
man.
every
I got a
day.
ton of Papa Tui shit coming your way, a big ass box. And I want to thank you, and I want to thank everybody out there for making Papa Tui the #1 men's skincare brand out there, and it's a beautiful.
Is that a
thing.
true
Never heard of
statement?
this.
A lot of
I've
pride in
never
that.
heard of this before right now. So I guarantee you that there's no way it's the #1 brand.
the biggest bullshit.
Papa Tui, it's important to me to make sure that you can trust. So thank you, man. I got a ton of Papa Tui shit coming your way, a big ass box.
Again,
I
it's
can't believe he
so
just
soft.
put it
Thank
into his
you, and I wanna
hands.
thank everybody out
He
there for
just
making
rubbed
Papa
his
Tui the #1 men's skincare brand.
Like,
out
he
there,
doesn't-
and
he
it's a
doesn't believe that.
beautiful
Look at his
thing.
soul.
Be the #1
That's
men's
not a-
skincare
he does- he's not
brand out there.
selling.
Be the #1 men's skincare brand out there, and it's a beautiful thing. We take a lot of
Yeah.
pride in that, and we got a lot more work to do.
Like, how do you even
guys, the consumers,
this
you're
charts?
my boss. So I appreciate you,
yeah.
man. Keep enjoying your Papa, and enjoy the big box you got coming, Julian. And
Oh.
and thank you, man, for the video.
He doesn't even
He
put it on his
actually
face.
doesn't even put it on his face.
No, you're just walking around all day shaking DJ's hand and just dripping Papa 2 off. It's just like, what the fuck, Dwayne? What's going on? Again, I love The Rock. I always love The Rock. Just when he's doing this stuff, he's a meme machine. But like, even then, like, is there a way like Amazon men's skincare? Like, is there like a way to see the like when I put it, the Papa 2 is not popping up. Like, let's see here, gifts for men. Okay. It's like
Google
lab
what's the number
series. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, really. Are you doing that? You're googling what number
Yeah.
one is? Okay, perfect. Yeah, because like, how do you? I guess there is a way to track that, but like, I just don't. Because even then, he just said in the tweet, it's #1 of what? Like, and I guess of that, that's what it is, right? Of whatever. So
I mean, without digging deep, with a little bit of Google AI help here, apparently Jack Black is widely considered as the #1 men's skincare brand in the U.S., which I've
oh
never heard of
no,
before.
Rock's pissed.
And
gonna
then
bring
best
a
for
bunch of
personalized
laundry.
care, geology, best natural brand, Brickle, best premium luxury, Kiehl's, top value, Bulldog skincare.
No Papa 2 in
Nowhere
there.
does it say Papa Tui anywhere.
It's #1.
That's funny. Oh, Forbes magazine. Here you go. Oh, this is old. This is 2021. Never mind.
That's what he's pulling his stats from. He's like in 2021 when it just started Papa Tui. Again, it's more so just I'm sorry, everyone.
There we go,
Just
2026.
okay.
Yeah, Papa Tui's nowhere.
My favorite part of this video is still the opening of this video with this guy talking to him, and he's just like, and he knows this video's coming. Just
The Rock, this is for you. Everyone else, keep scrolling. I don't care. What did you
He's
put in this?
reacting like it's his first time fucking seeing this video. Yeah.
yeah, unless I was right, and it is this. They sit him in a chair, and for hours he's just watching stuff, seeing stuff.
I
hey,
believe that.
Rock, send us some Papa Tui. You know, like we'll become believers. So, Okay, let's get into this. Sorry, folks, took a little time there. We'll get into some news here. So, this comes from multiple, I'll just say, C tier people. We cover this stuff, and it's not always right. It's not always wrong. We cover this stuff because I was talking about this in the Marvel Discord back in the day when we were covering what the Kang Dynasty rumored lineup was, when it was like Cap, Spider-Man, Ant-Man, Wasp, Moon Knight, She-Hulk. That was a wild one, right? But so this is for Secret Wars. That's why if you want to skip ahead, I think most of these names we can guess, but there's still a couple on there that are interesting. But obviously with Doomsday, we've kind of heard, okay, Steve Rogers, he's going to be a main character. F4 is going to be a main character. Hemsworth's going to be a main character. I'm sure Downey's going to be a main character, etc. Right? So this could be minor spoilers, but again, these are rumors and exchange. They haven't even started filming this movie, but multiple people did share that have gotten some things right before. So Kirkland, I'm going to hit you with some names on here. Do you want the most surprising or the most obvious first?
Obvious first.
Okay, so who do you
Build up
think?
to the surprise.
I was going to ask, who do you think? And again, the surprising, I'm not going to say they're like amazing characters. I think they're like very surprising. But who do you think is the most obvious person right now that would be in Secret Wars? And these are not. Sorry, I'll reframe.
So
not
who's
be
not already?
in. These are supposed to be like the main roster. So obviously it's like Infinity War, where okay, that had lots of characters, but that followed Thor, Guardians, who else? Doctor Strange, right? And then they got benched for Endgame. So this is the same way where, of course, there's going to be other characters, but these are kind of the core team that they're going to be forming to, probably help with this multiverse shenanigans stuff.
Yeah. So, like, Steve's already announced because of the
For Doomsday, yeah.
trailer.
Yep.
Oh, right. Secret Wars here. Okay.
Yeah, Secret Wars.
So the most obvious one for Secret Wars, it'd be a Spidey.
Okay. Which one?
Yeah, which one? I mean, I feel like Toby's kind of screaming at me to pick him.
That's what's
but-
interesting with this list. There's 2 Spider-Man on this list, not 3. So it's Toby
Okay.
and Tom, which is interesting because I don't know.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, is that a case that Andrew Garfield is in this movie and he's like just a very small supporting role? Does he die? Is he in Doomsday? I kind of would have thought that Garfield would be one of your mains. And it's funny because I thought that for a while, but then we kept hearing rumors of like the core 4, and that movie was Deadpool, Wolverine, Toby, and Tom. So I'm like, where's Andrew? And I don't think he's not going to be in this, but I'm wondering if his role is going to be smaller than we kind of thought. But I hope that's not true. I hope it's
Yeah.
No Way Home meaty,
I absolutely. I really love Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man pretty much because of No Way Home, and then that forced me to go back and rewatch Amazing Spider-Man, which aren't great movies, but he's fantastic in it,
Yes.
especially paired with Emma in there. But hearing this, like, yeah, I think for sure he's in there no matter what. Like, if they have the 2, why would they not bring him in there? Part of me though is like, man, maybe this means that he's like actually going to be getting like a side project or something, like all like just for him and his Spider-Man, his adventures. I feel like that's kind of.
Or what if they're just killing him off? What if he's like an early?
That's very
hard kill,
possible. Also true. Because like thinking about what Spider-Man death would be like the most heartbreaking to see on screen amongst those 3, I feel like. What? What's your question?
I just no, I got no question. I'm listening
Your
where you're
reaction
going.
is weird. Okay.
Are you about to pitch Andrew's the most heartbreaking out of those 3?
Well, no, like
Okay,
I
that's- I
think
was
it would be
like-
Toby, but
Yeah,
just
yes.
because I like grew up with Toby, but also I feel like Andrew in some ways is like the most damaged and like depressing Spider-Man out of all of them, just because of kind of what he went through with Gwen Stacy and just the weight that he's carrying in No Way Home. I think that's really, really felt there. So like seeing him, like I would probably ugly cry no matter who dies out of all of the Spider-Man characters, just because I love them so much, and I trust that they'll do a really good job at pretty much matching like what they were able to pull like emotion wise when the snap goes off in Infinity War. I feel like it'll have that same weight, but yeah, no, it's definitely an interesting study, I guess, as to like what would be the most impactful for the audience, like general audience, not even just audience that grew up with Toby, even though that is a big chunk of it. Obviously there's now younger individuals that like grew up in the middle of the MCU, so they like didn't really get the early Toby stuff. I don't think it like really bugs me that much, just because I don't think it would be like it's hard for me to swallow that pill that like, oh yeah, Andrew's just really not in this, and they just kill him off like easily. Like I feel like
Yeah.
it would still be a really like, I don't know, impactful type situation, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's fishy for sure. Asterisks kind of around it all.
Yes. Which
for
again
some
could
reason I
point
don't
to-
want to just scream. I don't want to. What's it called? Cry wolf. There you go.
Yeah.
That's the term.
Which again, there's some characters on this roster that might even make it with having no Andrew, and then being on this roster might make people question the validity of this. But that's why we talk about this. Next, Deadpool, Wolverine. Those are some too obvious folk. You know, they're in obviously Deadpool, Wolverine, multiverse stuff. They're rumored to be in Doomsday, so you got that going on. This one's not like crazy because she has been announced for the movie, but is Sadie Sink, which I think makes sense if she is playing who we think she's playing. Sounds like she's going to be a main character going forward. That makes sense. And you kind of take her and Tom from Brand New Day, move them over there. So there you go. So those 5, what is that? That's, those 5 to me, that all made sense. And some of these make sense, but this is when we're starting to get a little crazier. So the next one was Kate Bishop. She's on the list. You got Cassie Lang, who is in Doomsday. So I thought, okay, she's in there, but I guess she'd be a core member here. You got Amon Vellani's Miss Marvel. You have America Chavez from Multiverse of Madness. And then
Sounds like a Young Avengers roster that we were pitching like years ago.
and then you have
Right.
Billy and Tommy from
Okay.
So what's interesting because that's the full roster from the and multiple people share this list. That was Toby, Tom, Hugh, Sadie Sink, and Ryan Reynolds. Those main event people, sure. But then you got Cassie Lang, Kate Bishop, Miss Marvel, America Chavez, Billy, and Tommy. So obviously we've met Billy. We met him in Agatha, and I guess we met them in WandaVision, but still's an adult. And then Tommy's gonna be in Vision Quest, which is coming out this year to have some setup stuff. I respect the play if this is true, because if they feel, hey, we want to make these bright young upstart people, even say these things, but these rest of these people that are newer heroes, get some eyes on them, no better way than to put them with the head honchos, right? Like main event players like Toby, Reynolds. So it makes sense to me. I'll be curious about the fallout of it. Of one, I feel like with all these characters, for the most part, maybe other than Miss Marvel, we still haven't got enough of them because obviously Miss Marvel got a movie and her show. A lot of these characters feel so kind of, I don't know, just for percentage of screen time wise, so little. Where at least when Sam got the Shield Endgame, it's like, oh, this makes sense. Like he's been around for a while and he's had a couple projects where I don't think they're ever going to make these characters the young Avengers or the Avengers, but I do respect in that way of, hey, we got young actors, new characters, we want to prop them up. My backwards question is also like, I don't know if it works. You know, like do people, I guess they just got to nail that script and nail these connections because you want to make people feel that they walk away from this movie maybe saying goodbye to some of these big time characters, but then want to be invested in some of these newer characters, which we've seen from whether it be viewership or box office has not been the case so far, right? With a lot of these people, you know, Cassie Lang, Ant-Man 4, that was a I'll say a disappointment. Marvel's big bomb. Agatha and Hawkeye are hard to judge because they're Disney Plus shows, and I feel like mileage may vary who watches those. Funny enough, America Chavez was in Multiverse of Madness, which was a massive movie, so she's got the leg up. But still, again, they only have one project. So yeah, how would you feel about this kind of mixture of these old school vets and then just the other main characters being young Avengers, which I would not guess. I would have thought a couple. I thought, okay, you'll probably have Miss Marvel there, maybe another because Amon's great. But if it's all of that, I'm kind of surprised. And that is one thing that maybe makes me go, if we're doing if it was a BS meter, I'm literally like a 50-50 on this as the actual core roster, you know, because that'd be a bold move for them to do.
Yeah, it seems very skewed to the young new roster side. I think it's a good idea, like you already said, to just mix them, like throw them in the mix with the just the old boys, the old guard, and like that would be a very easy way to get people like just interested in these characters, as opposed to doing like another Thunderbolts type situation where maybe people are just not that interested in those characters. Like, of course they're new, so that's kind of their origin and like introductory type film if they go that route. But you know, you see Toby on screen and and Hugh and like the other big members. That's where people will be going to see the movie for. and then you get these other characters, and then let the actors and the script and like just the people that make the movie sell these new characters to the new general audience, because like we know about those characters, but like my parents probably don't, right?
No.
Like or something like that. So
If you showed them a photo of all those new characters and said, "Can you obviously not say sync, but the rest of them," and said just name, not even the actors, just
Yeah.
name the character's name, or even then, name me what project this character's from. No chance. No
no
chance.
chance, absolutely. And they're like somewhat on the pulse with these
Yeah.
types of things, but yeah. So yeah, it is interesting. I feel like in some ways it kind of makes sense of like this is the new Avengers. Like we can't just
No, there's no way
I
it
was, I was gonna say we can't just keep bringing people back, but maybe we can. We'll see how this movie
Yeah.
does financially. But yeah, it is intriguing. I'm really interested in kind of seeing just how they all like. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a lot of reasons why I'm curious around this. I'm curious what Tommy, Billy, who have we met already?
Tommy,
Who's in
we
Vision
met
Quest?
we met Billy, right? I think so. Or no,
Yeah.
Tommy's in Vision Quest. Tommy's the speedster.
Tommy.
So yeah, we haven't met him yet. We'll meet him this year.
Right, Wiccan is the other one. Right?
Yeah, Billy.
This is yeah, Billy. Billy the puppet.
Not that Billy.
Yeah, kind of killed my train of thought on that. But I'm still interested in kind of seeing just what the reception is to that, because that is a big handful of characters. I would have assumed, like, I'm not really surprised about Kate Bishop because she's fantastic, and I feel like everybody
Yeah.
really loved her. Obviously she hasn't been in much.
Two projects, Hawkeye and the end credit Miss Marvels that nobody saw.
It feels like more, and I feel like that just goes to show like how good Haley Steinfeld is with that character and how well they did with that character. Yeah, so I would have expected maybe like her and Amon, America Chavez. Yeah, but I also just kind of forgot about the Maximoff twins just because it's been like we haven't seen both of them.
It's been a minute, 2022 since 21 since WandaVision, then 22 since Multiverse of Madness. So
When was Agatha again?
maybe 2 years ago now, I think.
Okay.
I think, right? It didn't feel like it was last year. Yeah, I think it was October of
Yeah.
2024. So
Okay.
I will say for this, if this roster was true, what they can't do is there's no, to me, and that's one big, no, they can do it. They'll find a way. Sure. But what they can't do is if they divide these teams of like an old class, new class screen time. Because I think if you do like there's, and don't get me wrong, I'm happy because I got like a lot of those new class characters. But I think if you do that, I could see a lot of people using that as their like bathroom break or popcorn. I think you need to like.
I think they would really
Mm-hmm.
have to do like mixing up. Like if they do
Yes.
that, kind of do what they do in Endgame, where they're kind of going on teams,
Yes.
like Amon and Hugh or something. Like like mix like the young with the old, and that would be another interesting just mix up on who they choose to do with that. Because
I was gonna say,
there
let
could
me
be
bring it
some
up. Let's do
wild
that.
combos. Like who's going with Toby?
That's what I'm saying. Let's say, because it's tough though, and this is where it's. This
Oh,
is
wow.
where it gets interesting for me, because
Is it the same actor that did Quantumania? Why does she look so different there? She looks like she's right out of
from her-
Rivendell or something.
That's from her from Quantumania.
Okay.
Because that's the tough thing, and I wonder if people get mad.
Shot of Toby. I just saw his face. That's so creepy. Okay, sorry. Go on.
Because I want to see Toby and Deadpool, or Tom and Deadpool. And like as much as I love these young Avengers, I just worry, and I could even be in that camp where it's like if you only
Right.
get them for one movie, and it's like, all right, Deadpool, here with America Chavez, and I go like, yeah, but like, I want them with the other people, right? So that's why I don't know if they're switching off, or I don't know if these people are always in big groups together, like an Avengers type of team. Then sure, that's fine. But if I had to put them kind of so here, I'll lay this on you and see if you disagree or agree with some of these parents. You can counter me. So I feel like, I'm having trouble with Deadpool. So I'll go with the easy one here. This is an easy one, and they try not to make it creepy. But and jump ahead if you don't want any spoilers for Brand New Day, if Jean Grey, if Sadie Sink is playing Jean Grey, you got her, unless they just put her Tom again. But if not, you got to put her with Hugh Jackman, right? Who now is seeing a younger Now the weird thing is Jean Grey's always younger because he's like hundreds of years old and she's like a 30-year-old and he's like, this is
Right.
fine, I'll bang her. But like this time, this time it's different because he's like maybe he has his own Jean, right? He fell in love with that Jean. This is a new Jean. So I think there'd be some fun dynamics of it's kind of echoes Days of Future Past, but just kind of like I know what you're going to become or what you could become, right? And if Sadie Sink as Jean Grey is in a messed up area, that could help her be the hero she needs to be, right? As far as, hey, like I have this confidence issue, I'm immune, I don't know what to do, but if I have this guy that's from a different multiverse saying like Jean Grey becomes a hero, that helps her. I'm going to do a cheat here, Kirkland, because I didn't even mention this. With the twins, I think the reason they're in this movie is purely because, and this is where maybe she's not a main character, but they're in this movie because Scarlet Witch is going to be in Secret Wars.
Yeah,
and that's where
Wanda.
Yeah, and that's where I would say I take them and put them together because they'll be with the mom. And I think they'll be, and even Vision, her and Vision together, right? Even if it's like third act saving, like people when they came back from the snap, if it's Wanda coming back, I feel like they'll be sectioned off for Vision Wanda stuff. And it's going to be so funny when you see people that has still never watched WandaVision or Agatha, and there's a shot in the movie of Vision, Wanda, Tommy, and Billy all hugging like family reunion. People be like, who the fuck are all these people? Like, I don't have any clue who these people are. Like, when Tony and Spidey hug, you're like, oh, I got all the backstory. If they have that moment, there's gonna be so many people in Secret Wars like, what the fuck's going on here? So, I feel the next, and who do I put Tom with? That's the question, right? Because my gut reaction was putting Amon and Deadpool together, Miss Marvel and Deadpool together. That was my gut reaction.
Interesting. I don't think that would have been mine.
Okay, who would you put with those ones?
Like specifically Deadpool?
Yeah,
Or-
who's Deadpool the new class goes with? If you got to pick one of the newbies, who's he going with?
Oh, okay. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It has to be a newbie.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, I'm not saying what. Yeah, what the
I
parents
think
would be. if
Kate
they did that.
Bishop. I
Yeah, that could be
prefer
fun.
over Amon. Like I like both of them, but just the characters, and I feel like Kate Bishop is a more mature character than Miss Marvel. So it could be some really like just her back and forth that she had with Clint in that series was really good. But like up the ante with Deadpool, I think that could be even better. I mean, Deadpool could kind of riff off anyone. My heart of heart picks is like still Deadpool and Tom, but that doesn't really answer your
Yes.
question of mixing
Which I
the
guess
old with the new.
technically that they could do, right? Because I feel like we feel Reynolds is still sticking around, even if it's team up stuff. Tom's sticking around, so it's not like that's off the table. We might not ever.
Yeah.
It's where there are a couple of these like Toby, he could die in this, and maybe it's like okay, that's done. So my next parent, so Amon, I'm not really sure. And then I think for my pairings, then I would have like a 3-way. People get your mind, I got her, but of Chavez, Peter, because I took the twins off, I got an uneven kind of number here. I do a 3-way of Miss Marvel, Chavez, and Peter Parker, played by Tom Holland, because they're from the same universe and they're young. They could be going to the same schools, colleges, so you kind of build up that sort of friendship. And then I would go with Toby and Cassie, because maybe, I don't know if this is going to be a thing, but maybe they set up that Toby has a daughter in his world, and maybe there's some reminders of that. There's some parental sort of thing. And who knows? Maybe that's not. Maybe they're all together. Maybe that's it. But if we had to put them together, those would be my pairings there. So
Yeah, that one would be believable. It's still, I don't know, for whatever reason, it just doesn't feel as golden of like, man, that has to happen to me.
No,
when I think
not at
of
all.
a pairing like that.
no.
It is an interesting, like, just balancing here of what we would do with the teams. I think the best case scenario is to not just make it simple and do like teams of 2, 1 and 1. Like,
Yes.
you kind of have a couple.
Because they did that
like,
in Endgame, right? Like in Infinity War, they were the team split up, but in Endgame they did split up, but they kept coming back together, right? So maybe if you do that,
Yeah.
where remember they go through time, but the end battle they're all back together, or the beginning when they're doing the equations. I think maybe that's where the money is, where they're at Avengers Tower or they're at Peter's house and they're all together. They split off some teams and then come back. I think that's the smart money instead of like
Yeah.
Infinity War where they're split up for the entire time. Because that could get, like I said, there could be a storyline where maybe people are like, oh, Toby's just with Cassie Lang. Like that's all we got for this, right? And people could be disappointed.
definitely. No, absolutely.
Yeah, Young Avengers, not Young Avengers anymore. Better named as champions. They have to be champions. Fucking Haley Steinfeld just had a child. I'm not saying you can't have children when you're young, but it's like she's a mother now. You can't be the Young Avengers was the plucky, like, what's going on, guys? That's not Haley Steinfeld anymore. So
She's
yeah,
my age.
go with
She's 30
champions.
this year.
Yeah,
Shouts out to her.
shouts out to her. So there you go. We'll see what happens in the future. We're going to take our first ad break, and we'll be right back. And we're back. I did all plugs at the beginning, so we're good to go. Kirkland, can you do me a favor and bring up the what are you laughing about?
I was just nothing.
You laughing about you didn't watch all those trailers? Can you bring up the Resident Evil trailer? I'm not doing a breakdown for all these trailers, but Resident Evil I want to do a pause by pause. Oh, what does Kirkland now have to? What is he
upon that story?
What
Because
does he have excuses? I couldn't find it.
For what?
The Resident Evil. I was saying you didn't watch or something like that.
Well, no, because what happened was, as I was saying earlier, I
Mm-hmm.
realized I didn't get fucking Mando tickets yet, so I quickly went over to Landmark, and on there it's like Clayface teaser trailer. I'm like, why the fuck are we talking about this? This is so strange. Like maybe the boys covered in a previous cast or something. I didn't even think to look at the date or any of that, and then of course I just didn't put two and two together with the notes. So
Did
I
you
watched
watch?
the Clayface teaser. Yeah,
Good.
before the cast.
Okay, good. No, because
that
I
was the
talked about
one
it on
I was
TTY,
prepared
but
for.
I was doing a news catch up when this was originally everybody. But I still want to hear your thoughts on it. So, but yeah. Tell me when you. Oh, anyways, while Kirkland's waiting. So, Resident Evil coming out September. As I said, we're reviewing all the movies, animated and live action. Those are on the Patreon feed to get them all. Go over there. Obviously, me and Dylan did a review for Resident Evil Requiem, which was one of the biggest episodes of the year. So, I appreciate the support there. I've been Resident Evil Jones and ready to go here. And obviously, Zach Krager, kind of, I'd say, a perfect guy to get for this, right? I don't have any of his movies at like a perfect 10 out of 10, but I think he's a very talented early filmmaker. He's got some good, unique ideas. He knows how to move the camera. He has some unique ideas. He's got a good balance of comedy and horror. It's one of those where you saw that, it's like, great. And then, obviously, lots of people were getting a little worried because they go, okay, well, we're not adapting any of the games, which at the same time, have any of those movies that aren't the animated movies even adapted the games or animated movies? No, but I think people are hoping like, hey, there's all this big history of characters, right? Like Leon Kennedy, who's huge again right now. And he said, well, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do the story. There is some rumors that they can't even adapt some of that stuff because of contracts. But even then he said, which I believe, I don't think it's that. I think Krager is telling the truth. And he goes, I want to tell a story in the world that's already been done in the games. Let's do something else, right? So that, I think, kind of got people a little worried, and even myself, because we've seen so many adaptations lately, or at least the past couple of years, 5 years even, of games that are just in title, right? Or even, I talked about this last week, but the guy, Noah Hawley, talking about Far Cry, and be like, well, people skip the cutscenes and just play the story, which I learned in Far Cry, you can't even skip the cutscenes, so there you go. So, but there's a lot of people, or people saying Mass Effect, oh, they're adapting to be less gamer, right? So there's, I think, a lot of... I think it's tougher with or it's easier now with the comic book stuff, because with comic books now, when you say, oh, you're making a Batman movie, and if someone says it's not my Batman, you say, well, what Batman? Because there's so many different characters, this and that, where if you say, hey, that's not my Leon Kennedy, it's like, well, there is just one Leon Kennedy in continuity, right? They haven't rebooted Resident Evil a bunch. So I do get that, but that's also where I think people do want to see like books, these games adapted. So there's a lot of hubbub, like, okay, what's this trailer going to be? And also we got Austin Abrams in there, who's a Geek First favorite. We loved him in Euphoria. I'm excited to see where his career goes. We get this trailer. Kirkland, all I can say is, I know people, and even people are going to bitch, right? Because, of course, Zach Krager said today, well, he's like, well, in my mind, or I don't know if he said in my mind or legitimately, he said that this takes place during Resident Evil 2. Well, that's in the 90s. You got Austin Abrams with an iPhone. It's snowing. In Resident Evil 2, it's not snowing. I think he just meant in the sense of Resident Evil 2 is when you're in the town and the invasion breaks, and that's when you meet Leon, and he's like at the police station doing all this stuff. I think he just meant that it's kind of like in an adjacent world, in an updated thing. I think people are sometimes taking this stuff too literal, because for me, and he talked about some shots and everything, and we'll do some pause as well. To me, if I'm for what I like about Resident Evil, and it's not adapting a story per se, but it's like, hey, this, if... I guess here's the easiest way. If this was a trailer for a video game and it was Resident Evil 10, 11, 12, whatever, subcolon, I go, oh, this looks like this could be a great Resident Evil game. And that's to me all that matters, because now this is a movie. And that's the same energy that I loved this trailer. I thought it was great. I thought it had the vibe of Resident Evil, and it's the type of Resident Evil that I like, where you're going place to place and it's like one fucked up scenario after another. I love the two vibes. Like I said, Abrams is going to be great, but he even talked about that he wants to do there's shots in this movie that are like for first person shooters. There's over the shoulder shots that are like the game. I think, to me, taking out, if you say, okay, you can't adapt any story, but you can make a Resident Evil movie set in the game world, this fucking looks like it. Like this, and this is where it's just like people, I talked about this on a Trash Told You a couple weeks ago. It's like when people started complaining about Hugh Jackman's Wolverine costume. It's like for fucking 2 decades, people are like, get him in the costume, get him in the costume. And then finally when he gets in the costume, which I think is a pretty good adaptation of the comic for like costume on screen. You know, well, shoulder pads are a little big and all they got the MCU lines. It's like, fucker, like he's got the mask and he's in blue and yellow. Can we be happy? And for me, I've been having fun with the retro with you guys so far, but I think we can all admit that eventually those Resident Evil movies with Mila become their own thing. The animated movies are like kind of this weird in between of game and film, and so far the ones we reviewed are just kind of awkward. We haven't, minor spoilers, I think we all could admit we haven't reviewed one that we thought was great. So I feel like this, and for me this trailer was perfect. I know we will see more. I don't even need to see anything more. I think this is just this has shot up so much for the anticipation, so I think it nailed what I want as far as if I'm just looking for the vibe and the kind of touchstones that Resident Evil as the game has, it has it here. So obviously Resident Evil, and you may have played some a little bit, but I don't think you're like a savant, or you actually think you've never like really dived too much into it, because I know it's on your like scary bucket list sort of thing. I know obviously 7, you got a history of that a little bit. There's some good
dabbled,
times. Yeah, you've dabbled there, but so obviously coming from more of a mainstream point of view, but obviously a fan of Zach Krager's work. What do you think about this trailer?
And you're showing Austin Abrams. Fantastic. First favorite.
Yeah.
Also was fantastic in Weapons, which was another project by Zach Krager.
Right, he killed it in that
very
movie.
minor role, but yeah, he fucking stabbed that role with all these gross needles like he did. Yeah, no, it's funny. I have history with Resident Evil. It definitely got like overshadowed by my Mila like movie fandom, just because I was exposed to a lot more of those. I played though like the first Resident Evil on PS1. And like probably never got past like the first mansion like level, like just the first sequence, dogs in the hallway, just like that is like a core deep memory of just like being so scared that like I just run out of my room. Like I don't turn off the screen, don't pause, just like run out of the room. I'm so scared, can't even. The music also just so terrifying. And I mean, it's not a side quest episode or anything. And I was wanting to wait to drop the bomb. I feel like it's perfect timing. I actually picked up Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 because it was on sale. Yes,
Yeah.
and I'm a couple hours into Resident Evil 2 right now, and it's tough because it's not an easy game either. Like there's a lot of like puzzles and stuff that I kind of forgot those Resident Evil games have.
And what I love about that game, you're always fucking low on ammo, man. You got those 2 bullets, and you're just like, do I shoot this thing or do I run?
You're shaky and you're sweaty with the remote, so you feel like the character. Yeah, it's such a fantastic time.
Yeah.
I'll give more thoughts on that on a future side quest episode. But yeah, I've
2 was
finally
my
jumped in
favorite.
there.
2's still my 9 is great. So it's one of those things that I think, I don't know, it's 2 or 9 because the last one was amazing, but 2 for my life has been my favorite. So you're in for a treat. So
yeah, no. So good timing with the retros and all this, and obviously you and Dylan going through. Was it all the games you guys did?
Pretty much we did. We actually didn't do one. I can't even remember if Dylan's played one because I don't think he has. I think he's waiting because there's rumors they're doing a remake, so I think he's waiting.
Okay.
But we went primarily through them all, like the main ones. Went 2, 3, 4, and 5 is the other one we left out. And then we did 6, 7, 8, and then 9 because 5 Dylan played. Same thing. He played when he was younger. I played a little bit of it, but there's rumors they're remaking that. So I kind of, I still, of course, like it's weird because still the Resident Evil 2 game from when I was a kid, I still have those memories, but I can't not just say like the HD remake's better. It just plays better. Like it's a hard thing, right? As far as I know lots of people when they rank the Resident Evil list, they'll be like, oh, there's 4 and then 4 remake. I just kind of lump them together. I'm a casual in that way, I guess. I'm not as hardcore, so I'm sorry. So.
It's kind of fun though, like playing the old one. I don't know if like your version had this, but you can get like different outfits for your character, like skins, and you can get like the original Resident Evil 2 where it's like blocky, like animation. So cool, such a cool detail. I don't play like that, but like it was cool to turn on at least, just see.
And then you see Claire's outfit, just like super 90s, 80s. It's like, oh yeah, we really sexualize these characters. It's just like, I'm here to fight zombies. It's just like right up there. It's like, all right,
yeah.
Look at those cannons.
Those cannons, man, they'll get you. So
you ever seen cannons like these?
Not in this Resident Evil trailer.
No.
I was really, really impressed by this trailer. I like while I was watching it, I had to like double check. I'm like, is this Evil Dead? Like this like it has that, and that's not a bad thing. It's not like it's not Resident Evil. It just felt like the modern Evil Deads, where like though like the old Evil Deads, I love them.
I
Special
feel like
place
some
in my heart.
filmmaking behind it, you know? Like
Feel-
some
yeah,
budget
amazing.
too.
But man, like first time I say like the 2013 Evil Dead remake, like that is a whole different ball game compared
Yeah.
to those OGs, where you can watch those OGs, laugh, have a good time. They're campy now because they're dated, but like still appreciate the filmmaking side of it. That and Evil Dead Rise, was that the last one?
Yeah. 2013 and then Rise. Yeah.
Those are like bone chilling movies, like
Mm-hmm.
so disturbing and so terrifying, and that's exactly what this trailer had, the vibe. I didn't know about all the like the comments about it being set in Resident Evil 2 kind of time. I
Which Zach
definitely can
Krager
see
said.
it being
Yeah.
like it just being kind of that stage of the infection, right?
But it
Or,
wasn't
like,
snowing in the game, Kirkland.
Yeah,
there's no
that's-
nuclear bomb. But I think
0
I
to
get what
10.
he meant, like by that, as far as it's that time frame in a sense, right? So
Yeah, but I am so on board for this. It just looks like such an amazing, like well-made thing, and especially just looking at his body of work. Barbarian, I absolutely love that movie. That is that is just amazing. And Weapons, I really really enjoyed, not to the full extent of Barbarians, but like it looks the same. Like they're just really well made, really really good looking movies. It's not like it's, I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's not like it's like beautiful to look at, but just like really well crafted. Like it doesn't look cheap at
Yes.
all. I don't know. It's je ne sais quoi about it. I'll say. But yeah, this looks really really good. Austin Abrams looks so fantastic as the lead. I'm really excited to follow him in a lead role because he's just been 10 out of 10 in everything I've seen him in, which has been like minor roles. So I am excited to see him more now in the leading role. So is he Leon? No. He's
no,
just a-
nothing.
yeah.
Unless it's Krager's pulling like some sort of surprise. No game character stories. It's just set in
Okay.
the world. So it's kind
And
of
I'm
like
totally fine with that. I'm
Yeah.
totally fine with that. Let's get. I mean, that's like what the Mila movies are, right? Like, I guess they're at one
and
point,
two kind of
um,
dabble. Like they're definitely are trying to do that, but then once 3 and on, they're doing their own fucking thing.
Yeah.
They're all over the place.
Yeah.
So
Totally. But this is like a more grounded version of kind of what that is. So I'm not expecting Austin Abrams in here to become like a super weapon like Mila becomes at the end. I really don't want that to be the case. I want this to feel like a Resident Evil game, I guess. Yeah, just you're completely vulnerable and every gunshot kind of matters just how it
Yes.
does in the video game.
which that looks like this a lot as far as that kind of because he even talked about that too. He did like a breakdown of the IGN trailer. We'll see it. There's time where he opens up a cupboard, nothing's in there. He looks at a shotgun and there's no bolts. And this is what I love. And I don't think it is the way he was talking about it. I don't think it's like DJ that we just talked about where they hand him some facts. He's like, that's one of my favorite things in the game is him being like, or he's saying like looking for the stock, looking for the heal and stuff, you know, like trying to find that. And there's a whole sequence where it's him looking for things like, okay, what can I use to get out there? Right. So that mirrors the game. Kevin Davis says Resident Evil franchise isn't a big moneymaker at the box office. That's where you might be kind of wrong. Like, here's the thing. Because I was pointed about this by Taylor, and let me pull them all out here because I don't know how this one's gonna do, but the international box office for these movies were really good. And the thing is, like I said this before too. Oh, let me find, because the thing is, even it's kind of a double. I have two things I got to bring up here. The Resident Evil movies before with Mila, they were very cheap. So I'll pull them all up here. And that's the thing where Kirkland, while I'm pulling Resident Evil, can you pull the budgets for Barbarian and Weapons? We're gonna do a two-for project here because I was pretty surprised. And you can't count Resident Evil Welcome Raccoon City. That did open during COVID, so that's kind of tough. That one didn't do well, but that was during COVID. Also wasn't the reviewed well. But so here is the Resident Evil franchise history as far as money. And this is where it all depends on the budget, right? So the first one budget is $33 million, made $103 million. So Kevin Davis, you're right as far as like it isn't a big money maker as far as bringing a bunch in, but it can be very profitable. You got Resident Evil Apocalypse at $45 million, made $129 million. You got Resident Evil 3, $45 million with $147 million. And then you got Resident Evil Afterlife 3D, $60 million. That made $300 million.
Holy
That's
fuck.
huge, $300 million. And then Resident Evil Retribution, that was made for $65 million, made $240. And then the final chapter was $40 million budget and then made $312 million, the biggest of the franchise. So that's where Kevin Davis look at, because if you're spending $40 million and you're making $300 million, that's laughing. The international audience were huge for those movies, so I'm not sure what it'll be for like this one. But yeah, what were the budgets of Barbarian Weapons?
Yeah, I mean these numbers are really impressive. I kind of forgot how low key Barbarian was.
Yeah, it's
budget
like 5, 6, right? Oh,
$4
yeah.
to $4.5 million, and then it made $45 million. So
Yeah.
that's fantastic.
Huge profit.
And then for weapons, budget of $38 million, and the box office was $270.
Yeah, and that's like,
really
even
good.
even if you hit that range, because like I'm not sure if you mean, but he's an upcoming star. I don't think Austin Abrams is like costing an arm and a leg for this, right? Like, because what did you say weapons budget was?
38.
38. Like I could see, because like Weapons had more people with Josh Brolin and Benedict Wong. This movie
And
really
what's her
feels.
face? Isn't she like a nominated
Julie Gardner, yeah, but again, like if you showed your parents her, would you know? Would they be able to name her?
My parents loved Ozark.
Okay,
They loved
so
her in
that
Ozark.
example.
So yeah,
my
they know
parents would
exactly
not
who
be
that
able
is.
to. I would, because that's the girl from the Americans. But I think for me though, even like Brolin, and who knows, they could take a pay cut. But even if this is like, even if they make exactly what Weapons make, and it even goes like 60 million, you're making double, almost triple what you made there. And I don't know, we're gonna go over it again. What's gonna be? We'll have to see what the budget is, because we have effects. Obviously, we got some monsters, some zombies, so that obviously is gonna bring it up. Weapons had that, but still, we'll have to see what they do. But a lot of this trailer just looked like it was Austin Abrams with a bunch of no-name monsters. So if he's really the only main actor in this movie, like, he's good to go as far as like budgetary wise. So, and I do think coming off of the success of Weapons and Barbarian, and I think Resident Evil right now is the hottest it's ever been, with Requiem, fastest selling game in that history, or in that franchise history. I think Resident Evil has a, like, this is the time. If you were going to put out a Resident Evil movie that's going to be a hit, I could see this getting to the old movies and still being like 300 or something. So, but yeah, pull this. Let's watch scene by scene here, because there's a couple things I'd point out. But
Okay.
yeah, so got Austin Abrams.
How's the volume?
That's good. You want to pause right here? I saw a good, go back a little bit just to the wide shot. I saw people, a good meme being like, in the video game, that medical whatever bag would take up like 5 to 6 slots of your inventory.
Yeah.
That's one of those big items, in 2 when you're stuck that way. But so yeah,
I love
Austin
this
Abrams-
shot though. It totally
Yes.
feels like he's like a video game character.
Absolutely.
And even this like house, I'm like, man,
Yes.
this just seems like a Zach Cregger
Something's up. Yeah,
filming situation.
yeah. All right, let's go.
Hello? I had a little bit of a problem on the road. I was wondering if I could use your phone.
Poor Austin Abrams. He's always in a fucking house and something's going on,
Hello?
Having weapons. I liked this opening sequence too, of the phone and the credits of Zach Cregger. Very fun way to do it. And hang on, maybe they'll do it again. I'll point out when we get to the end here, because I think there's a gimmick that horror trailers need, and it has it.
Look, I'm really sorry that we got disconnected earlier, but some things have happened.
That shot right there is great. Him running. Maybe turn down a bit, because I think it's gonna be loud. So this
Turn it
sequence,
up or turn it down?
sorry, turn it down, Yeah, go high. Yeah,
like,
go back a
seriously
little bit.
fucked up.
This was the sequence that Zach Cregger pointed out that he and he says longer in the movie, but it's him just searching for weapons, supplies, which you do in these res games. So again, the spirit of
I'm gonna make
that
it
type
seriously
of
fuck-
gameplay. So,
Man, he's got such good like bags under his eyes.
oh yeah, he's looking like he's gone through it already.
Yeah, totally.
Up situation right now.
And I think he's a great protagonist because he looks
And
like he'd
it
be
looks like there's a
capable,
chance that
but
we might not
Yep.
get to talk
Also-
to each other again.
right,
Yeah,
he's
this fucking shot. The dude
perfect.
Baron.
Yeah, right
Like
there.
literally, Stellan Skarsgård down here.
It is like my Arrakis, my Dune or whatever. But right there, because 2 things I'll give Zach Cregger, maybe 3 things. There's always like a big bad monster. This could be one of them. There's always a bigger type of monster that is like just big of size. But then also, at least in I think 2, 3, yeah, 2 at least for sure with 2. You end up in the fucking sewer. I think even 6, like you end up in the sewer a lot, and there's always gross stuff in Resident Evil in the sewer. So again, a touchdown if he's in the sewer and whatever this thing is, looking fucked up, man. I wouldn't want to be
Like,
down there,
He's totally like he's forced to go down the sewer, so he's
Yes.
he's in a rock between a rock and a hard place here. But you come down the sewer and you see this thing just sitting, staring right at you. Like, I don't know. You're
I'm
you're
running
so
right for the
fucked.
nuts.
Yeah, that's your move.
Big drop kick to the nuts and see what happens,
Because like he shouldn't be able to get up and move fast, but like again, this is Resident Evil world. They kind of
Yeah.
just break the laws of
He could roll.
physics. Such a terrifying image, though. Like
Yes.
this is going to be such a stressful scene. I really hope they don't like show more of this in future trailers or promo material.
I agree,
Because
yeah.
I'm right with you. I'm totally sold on this. I don't need to see anything else for this movie to get me in. And this shot too, man.
Yeah. So this phone over and over.
Yeah.
Okay, so go back again now. So, two things. That phone, they use it throughout the trailer. I've said this before. Yeah, you can go here. To have a great horror trailer, you need some sort of certain sound, bite, or sting to play over and over, make it memorable. That phone thing is it. That's a good thing. It'll stick with you. But yeah, some people theorize this might be, there's like the I can't remember what they're called, the splitter heads or whatever, the ones that crawl on the walls and everything.
Like the long tongue guys.
Yeah, people think these might be them kind of before transformation, but there's multiple of them, so I'm not sure if they're forming together. Doesn't really matter to me because in Resident Evil lore, they've had like so many different monsters. I don't really care with the monsters because sure, like there's not like this breaks canon, because some people be like, I've never seen a Resident Evil game with this type of monster. It's like, I don't know, man. In Resident Evil 8, I fought werewolves, so I'm not really too I'm not too worried about it,
This is such a fucking like great shot though. Like I would
Yeah.
love to be able to recreate a scene like this where it's just like you got like the lights and then just pure darkness in there. Like you don't know what's in the house. It
Yeah.
can't be good, but it's just such an eerie set. And then quickly you see them just jumping out. It looks like it's the same house at the beginning.
I think
where
so.
He goes in.
I think so. So I think he just stops at some person's random house, make this call to his girlfriend, and then bad stuff's happening in there. Hopefully found some bullets. This right here, pause. When he closes the door and then he has to cross over some cement, like that right there. That's a fucking video game level right there. Like that is 100%. Zombies are breaking out. Austin Abrams, the look on his face, just looks like he's going
so
through
good.
it, man.
He's like perfect for this type of movie.
Oh yeah, no, I'm so excited to see. That's another reason why I hope this movie blows up. I think he's very talented, so I think he could give him more stuff. So.
I just wanted you to know.
Is that Leon in there?
Could you imagine? Kill them off on the way. Yeah. No, I don't know what this is going to be. I don't know if this is where he's going to get a gun or a phone or something. I don't know. But it's a car flipped over. So then something frozen, which, I don't know. Don't get too close.
Yeah, it doesn't look too great.
No. I don't know what the fuck that is. And then you got zombies falling off the roof.
I love you.
And again, can you go to when he first makes the call? And hey, not a bad sting for a horror movie, Kirkland. Some character trying to get back to the woman he loves.
That's it's pretty simple, but it's effective.
Yeah. It's not like we haven't done anything like that before, So I see him like, I'm feeling good. At one point, go a little further when he's laying against the wall there. It's coming up. Okay, yeah, right there. No, you had it.
Just gonna let it play.
Okay.
It's coming.
We're just gonna see it. Oh, you missed it. No, I'm joking. It's coming up. Pause here. So you can't see it in this one. Maybe when it zooms out more. But to the left, there's a pot there, and that's a green herb. So like with how you heal yourself.
Like the healing.
Yeah. So very fun.
That's cool.
Very fun stuff. They even made like the same design. So yeah, this trailer gave me all the confidence I need. I think I was 60-40 confident, but I do think that Gregor should actually stop talking because I feel like he's underselling himself. I think he's just so worried because I remember a couple months ago he's like, oh, the fans are going to crucify me when they see this movie. And I was like, uh-oh, what are you doing, man? But I think he's just probably what my hope is, he's a fan of the material and he's just over worried because he wants to get it right. But if the movie can hit this tone, I think he's got it right. I think we're cooking.
Thinking about his comments and then seeing this trailer, I think he's like, I'm very safe in in what I'm gonna get out of this trailer out of this movie because I think just the idea of it being in Resident Evil 2, he has no like actual characters from the game. Mm-hmm. There's not like a very. I mean, maybe we go to Raccoon Police Station. I wouldn't.
That'd be great if he just ran by it. Even if he doesn't go in there, while he's being chased, if he just ran by the RPD, that'd be great.
And like I imagine there's no Mr. X in here. So just those ideas and him also pairing it like, it's set at Resident Evil 2 time. I can understand why people would be pissed off about that. I
Yeah.
definitely wouldn't. I mean, I'm going through Resident Evil 2 for the first time, so I have no like deep seated attachment to it. But we've like, what wasn't the last Resident Evil movie basically that? Like it was in the police station.
well, yeah,
and
it
didn't
is.
just bomb.
We're gonna well, that's a tough thing because I forgot about this until Mike pointed out that movie did come out like COVID, not during like
okay.
near the end. It came out like November, but still was smaller. So I think because we're gonna retro it, Taylor said I think he just said it was they did too much in one movie. They put like all the characters together, so it's like Ada, Leon, Claire, Chris. I think that's what he said. Where it does cover a lot of that era, but it was too much. Where that's where, and I still think he's. I wouldn't say he's wrong, but what I would push against him is the same way I do with all books and stuff. We're going to talk about this that Anne Hathaway movie. That's a fucking book. I've never read that book. I have no idea what happens to that book. But with some exec go, well, it is a popular book and people know. It's like, no. And that same way there's tons of people, even like yourself, now you're playing it. But before, if you didn't pick up Res 2, you wouldn't know the story. You wouldn't know the beats. And to me, that's always been and when Taylor said that Raccoon City did too much, I thought, why is it not just... The movie is Leon in the fucking police station trying to get out. Like, why is that not just the movie? Like, the very simple layup. Like, we talk about Star Wars books. There's so many Star Wars books they could adapt, and they go, oh, it's too inside baseball. It's like, well, adapt it, take out some of the inside baseball stuff. But these are stories that people haven't seen and can enjoy. But I'm not saying this method's wrong either, because I could get to just maybe not wanting to rehash those, and you got to hit on certain things. So I get that, and I hope this blows up because then maybe we can get more. Maybe that happens down the line where they go, you know what, we should do something with a Leon Kennedy or something like that. But at the same time, it's fine because. Again, Resident Evil 1 is about Jill Valentine and that crew. Resident Evil 2 is about Leon Kennedy and Claire. A bunch of new characters. Resident Evil 7 is about Ethan Winters, a new character. Like the Resident Evil franchise itself does that, where it's like, hey, we're going to do a new game. It's Resident Evil 7. It has nothing to do with the rest of the franchise. So the games already do this method, right, of, hey, it's in the world, but you don't need Leon Kennedy there. You don't need Chris Redfield there. So if he can do that, great, because who knows? Maybe you see aspects of this game pop up. I do see some people speculate. They wonder if the big bloated guy in the sewers is like a Mr. X variant because he's white and he's bald. But even then, the way with how big his body, I wonder if that would be like a Mr. X like failed thing, right? Like he was supposed to be juiced up and he's just sitting there as a bloater. But I think with what we saw in Barbarian, maybe not as much weapons, but think about Mama and Barbarian. I think Zach Krager is going to deliver, even if it's that hand creature thing. I think he's going to have a thing that's constantly evolving. We're going to get that big creature at the end. I really do. I won't say I'll be disappointed, but I'd be surprised if he doesn't do that because Barbarian did that. It led up to the monster, and then when you saw the monster, you're like, oh fuck, like what's going on here? And now he's got a bigger budget too. He doesn't just have $4 million, right? So.
He's gonna use Rocket RPG to end it.
I think he said the Rock. I'm like, I guess, but there goes the budget.
Papatui in here. Get a little Papatui in here.
That's what he has in the medevac bag. He's trying to get that. They're like, you can heal.
That big bloated monster was using.
It can heal the zombies. The Papatui.
Like
You're just throwing it at him, slapping people up. I could see an RPG. That could be a big, and that's what you have to do is you just make it small stakes. So when an RPG gets put in, it's a big deal. RPG in a Fast and Furious movie, that's a small deal. If you make the small scale enough, a random nobody regular guy just get an RPG like it is in Resident Evil. When you get even when you get a shotgun, you're like, oh, thank the fucking Lord. Where some games, and that's where I don't like Resident Evil 6, Kirkland, is you just start like all the guns. You're like machine gun, and you're like, there you go. And that's where for me, I liked it more replaying it at this age. But as a kid, I was like, I miss it. And even Resident Evil 4. Which most people, it's always 4 and 2, but I think most people say 4, and I get it why people put it on this pedestal. But with that, it's like, oh, you start the game and you got like 12 bullets. Like, I don't like starting the game with 12 bullets. Like, I want to be fighting for it, So,
did they remake that one? Because I might have got that in the combo pack too.
Yeah,
actually,
4 is great. 4 is phenomenal. It gets bigger scale. Definitely play them in order. But it's definitely, you can see where when it came out from like PlayStation and Nintendo to like GameCube, the expansion of it. So it is amazing. It's another game that I have like as a 10 out of 10. It's phenomenal stuff. So
nice.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to say on this trailer was, I mean, there's no survivors that we see other than Austin Abrams. And that did not worry me at all while watching this trailer. It was just like, man, like I am totally down if we're just following Austin Abrams.
One man
like,
show, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm totally down. I think he's got the power to lead a role like that. And just from what I saw in this trailer, it wouldn't. I don't think it'd be boring or anything.
No. Not with this director, at least. I think other directors, maybe we could throw up, but it's like, and even then, like I said, for myself, I don't have Barbarian as high as you guys, and I don't have Weapons as high as Taylor. But for me, those are both 8.5 movies, and they're, for the originality, I love them. And I know people may be, oh, well, originality, it's an IP. I mean, as far as what they bring to the filmmaking, right? It's with some love. So that's why, who knows? Maybe we're sitting there in September and go, oh, Zach Cregger's big stumble is fucking Resident Evil. Like, this sucks. But I don't think so. Like, I personally don't see this movie being below a 7. Do I want to be a 10 or a 9? Sure. But I don't see it being below a 7 because I do trust Gregor. And I think with how it's being, like, presented, like you said, if it's just a one-man tale of, if it's literally just he's got to get from point A to point B and find his girlfriend, that's cool with me. That's all I need for this tale, you know? So
yeah, for sure.
All right, let's take another ad break, and then we'll talk about the rest of the trailers. We'll be right back. We are back. Kirkland, I'm going to put in the notes. You're going to make that a separate cutout because, you know, there's a juicy conversation there with Resident Evil. So we're going to throw all these together. Talk about whatever trailer props you in your mind first. Kirkland, we'll go one by one. We got Spider-Noir, got Leviticus, we got Verity.
I'll do Leviticus first, actually, because when I started watching this trailer, I'm like, why did Travis pick this? Like, what is this?
Well, it
movie?
reminded me of that
It
summer
just
we
seems-
spent together. So I put that in.
Oh, yeah, that reminded me of it, too.
The girls don't know about that one. So
Such a cool
that
concept,
Shay
though.
doesn't have cannons like these.
Oh, man. Some
I'm so
deep
glad.
Insider baseball on
It
this.
is,
If,
but I'm
if
happy-
anybody knows, yeah.
I'm happy on a brand better we can talk about in the future because it looks like lots of stories bullshit. So it's like, yes, meme material,
Nice.
you know. But you
That's
know, it's an
awesome.
interesting place. But yeah, I put this just because I've heard. You saw the Laurel, right? Did you see the Sundance Laurel? I've heard a lot
Hell
of festival buzz from this one. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good trailer too, and it reminded me about like a bunch of different things.
it
I never
follows
s-
for sure.
It Follows was the first one that I
Almost,
thought of.
yeah, almost the middle trailer feels like kind of a copy where I'm like, I hope they're careful with this. Not that I get sued. I just mean like, I hope it's not just It Follows, but with gay guys, you know, which is, that's fine. But it almost looked like a carbon copy of that. Like, oh, I keep seeing this thing. It looks like you and don't go by it. It's like, well.
But I think it's like the main mechanics of what's happening with the monster is different enough where it wouldn't feel like It Follows. Because It follows it follows the It monster, the following monster, whatever the fuck we call it. It takes the shape of anything really.
Yes.
So, but this one is very particular, especially that they like emphasize so much of like the one-on-one romance between the two characters, and just that idea of like the one person that you love the most is just like it's either them or a monster. That's just so
yeah.
Like,
Like, are
I'm
you
getting
fucking
chills right
them
now
or you
just thinking
fucking the
of it.
monster? You know, like that's some messed up stuff. Like at one point when they
just
showed the
grabs
scene,
your cock, just fucking rips it off.
yeah, like at
gets you
one
when you're
point
weakest.
when they showed them and they were making it on the bus and it was all steamy, and I was like, okay, like is that the guy or is that the monster? You know, like that's why I wonder. Like I feel like the monster might learn over time, right, to get better at adapting. I don't know.
Definitely.
So
Yeah, because there's a couple of scenes when like it looks like one of the characters is like just looking at them like they're like a prey or type situation, but like I would think if it's a monster, it would just attack them. So like definitely there's the psychological element to it, as well as there's like a bunch of shots of them like in church. So I'm sure there's going to be like a bunch of symbolism and imagery and stuff
it's
just
definitely
layered in this movie.
it's definitely like a gay conversion allegory type of movie when that priest is popping off and he's there with his fucking thing and he's yelling at them and stuff, and it's a thing where because that's what sucks in our world, because at one point I would have felt like, oh, maybe this topic's like a little older, but we just went through this year where there's certain states in America that like made it legal for conversion camp, right? It's like, for me, that's a fucked up thing. Like that's a weird thing where it's like we're gonna put somebody in a camp and they're gonna like get the gay out of them, right? So I think that's probably, I don't know if that's what, I know nothing about the director of the movie, I just know about the hype around the movie, but it feels like that's a conversation on that where this is coming up, and instead of people getting in the way of you being gay, it's them sending literal monsters after you that are so again though they're making the monster appear as the guy that he loves, so it's like making it seem like the thing you love is a man that's a monster, right? There's already in the trailer there's these allegories, so I hope the movie is I really like this trailer, and I hope it's as good as what the potential of it could be, and I'm hoping what this buzz will be a thing, but again, you know, buzz can always get you so far. This movie, again, for me, undertones this year, I heard a lot of buzz and I went, okay, this was a fine movie, you know, so you never know.
You never know. Yeah.
What's next?
I'll go Verity here.
Verity,
That's
right? That's how you say it?
The Anne Hathaway one.
Yeah.
and yeah, I had never heard of this. You already mentioned it's a trailer. It's a trailer.
It's a book. Yeah, it's a trailer, and then it's a book. Yeah, by Colleen Hoover. She's popping ever. I think she did the Housemaid book. I think she's the whatever that Blake Lively lawsuit movie was.
Oh,
And then
something about us or something like that. It ends with a I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think it's that. And then I think she did another one that reminders him. So she's the we're adapting her shit right now because she has a bunch of hit books, so right? So it makes sense.
Yeah.
So
Totally makes sense. Yeah, with all due respect, I am not a Dakota Johnson fan at all.
Okay, that's fair.
I
was worried you're gonna go the
think-
other way on that.
I think everything I've seen. What's the other way? Not an
Anne Hathaway, because a lot of people don't like a lot of people
Really?
don't.
I
Specifically women, I'd say. I think they feel like she's a little kind of. I hate saying this, but a little pretentious, a little,
is that how
kind
Emily
of
feels?
maybe, because I just remember Emily hated, and I didn't mind it at all when she won her Oscar. She walks up on stage. This is her Oscar.
When was this? Like a while ago?
2013, 14. Like she's
Okay.
had this reputation for a while from people, right?
Okay.
They give her Oscar, give her Oscar, and then Anne Hathaway whispers in the mic. She says, "It came true," and then she goes on to give her speech. A lot of people took her hey that because I think a lot of people, and this is where I don't know if it's true or not. I think a lot of people feel like moments like that and stuff. Maybe she's not like a genuine person at times, but I can't make that call. But don't get me wrong, I get those feelings all the time. Like I did for Jared Leto 10 years ago, and now I was fucking right about that. So sometimes you're right about how you feel about people. You go, you know what? Something's off about this guy. And then 10 years later, you're like, you know what? There was something off about this fucking guy. But that's why I wasn't sure.
I think there's no way someone like that could be normal, though, right? 'Cause she was famous, 14, 15?
Yeah,
like
exactly. Different
super
life.
famous.
Yeah.
Super famous from that age and on. So it's always amazing when you hear the people that are normal. Like I mean, I was going to bring up a bad example, actually, because Macaulay Culkin seems normal now, but I know he went through a lot of shit.
It took a while to get
and-
normal.
Yeah,
It took a long
absolutely.
time
So
to get
he
normal.
made it out. I've always loved Anne Hathaway. I think I
Yeah, me
just,
too.
I don't know, grew up just fawning over her, I guess, and just loving the movies that she was in. What was the eye reaction?
Fawning.
It's like I said a bad word.
I wasn't sure what type of fawning it was, but I get it now.
I see. Okay. So I always liked her in that sense. I feel like lately though, I haven't really seen something I've really loved that she's been in. I still haven't seen what was it called? It was like a thriller that she was in recently last year, perhaps.
A thriller.
It was like a pop movie or something. She's like a pop star. Oh my god.
Oh no, that just came out 2 weeks ago. Mother Mary.
Oh, was it?
That just came out.
Yeah, Mother
You're
Mary,
good.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
that just came out. You're fine.
Okay. Never
We
mind.
got
We're
it for
good.
like a week here, and then it went away. So, yeah.
Yeah. So that was. I feel like my stock on Anne Hathaway has been lower as of late, even though I've liked her for a really long time. I thought she was fantastic in. Was it the Ocean's movie where she's like? Yeah, Ocean.
Bad
It's the female
turned
Ocean's
good.
movie, right? Ocean's
Yep.
8.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought she was really good in that. I thought it's probably like the more recent movie that I've seen of her in. But yeah, for whatever reason, her stock's just lower for me right now. Not a Dakota Johnson fan either. So like as soon as the movie starts, Dakota Johnson, I'm like, what are we going?
That's how the
And
story.
then Anne
that's
Hathaway
how
just
you
fucking
end it.
grabs Dakota Johnson, start just.
Then Kirkland's in. He's like, yeah, 2 tickets, please.
I don't think I don't think I'm in, but I'm just like, man, what a way to fucking market a movie. Like she just grabs her, smooches, and then they go in again, and then just bloody lips, and like it's gripping. It's like, what the fuck is this movie gonna be? It looked like a Psyche type trip though, especially when you have like Anne Hathaway doing that, and then she's in like the fucking chair, seemingly paralyzed or something, or some way, shape, or form, handicapped or whatever it is. So I'm curious, big time. But I think there's not enough meat on the bone for me to just be like, yeah, I'm sold on this. I really need to hear word of mouth on this, and I could really see this one being divisive at best, or just a lot of people don't like it at all and just really slips under the radar. But I don't know. I guess when it's based off a book, it has some source material
fuck.
that is hopefully gripping. What are you reading right now? Some Papa Tooey stuff? Or what?
I think I think it's like a fake made post. Oh man, there's multiple fake posters. Oh my god, is this actually the plot? People, oh my god, it is. So it's AI posters, but they gave me not the whole twist, but some of it. Oh, okay, so people skip that if you don't want to know anything about this. All the fake posters are of Dakota Johnson with a pregnant belly. So
Okay.
I'm guessing Hartnett and Hathaway are married, and they want to have a kid. And because whatever state that Anne Hathaway's in, she
Yeah,
can't
okay.
have a kid, and Dakota Johnson is the what are they, the
Surrogate mother.
surrogate. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's where fertility makes sense, right? Like what
Is that what it's called?
like, or no, not fertility, but what is it called?
Verity.
But don't you think that's probably some spin on like
I'll
what
Google
did I just say?
Okay. Fertility.
Yeah, like a fertility clinic. Is that word maybe not in the same realm? Like, I don't know. But yeah, so now I've been saying so that's interesting
Quality
now.
of state. So the definition of verity is the quality or state of being true or real.
Okay, so I'm wrong about that. But either way, this I think this is a great date. It's October 2nd. So I think this is a perfect type of people that want to see a scare movie, but they don't want to see the Resident Evils, right? They don't want to see Clayface. They want to have like more of a mainstream, right? Like how I described 50 Shades of the Grey. That's not a movie that fucks. That's a movie that fucks for the GA, right? But you know what I do enjoy? I love thrillers. I'll just say I like thrillers, and I like sexual movies. I like sexual thrillers, and that there's a one moment, Kirkland, in this trailer where Dakota Johnson she's at the staircase and she sees some bite marks on the stairs and she's like rubbing it. And about 30 seconds later, we get a shot. I don't know if it's of her or Anne Hathaway, but someone's getting fucked while their mouth is on that staircase. That shot sold me, man. I was in. I was like, okay, what's going on in the staircase? I was like, I don't know if this is a theater watch for me. It's definitely need to see reviews. And obviously we got always lots going on, right? So I got to pick and choose the movies I do see, but this has my intrigue. It's funny because Dakota Johnson, I always felt like meh about. I do think there's some work of hers that might maybe turn you around. Cha-Cha Real Smooth is one that I suppose is a big
Okay,
fan of.
actually, yes, that's the best thing I've seen her in.
Right,
Actually,
I
yes.
think
So good
she's
shout out.
she's getting better. I think she's finding her way. I think she was actually good in the that Materialist movie that she did with Pedro and Chris Evans last year. I think the movie wasn't the strongest, but I think she's finding her way as an actress. And Hathaway, I've always been a fan. I've talked about this many times, but Josh Hartnett, that's how I was when he was younger. I had nothing against him personally. I just didn't really enjoy him as an actor. I thought he was very wooden and didn't have it. But between Oppenheimer and then, God, what was the concert movie? It was not Escape, but what the hell was it called?
Oh yeah.
Trap? It was Trap.
Trap, yeah.
The movie is fine, but he's great in that. So this fucking thing where like, and what a double way to open up this trailer. His wife is comatose asleep over there. He's just watching TV. Dakota Johnson's gonna come fuck him like 5 feet away from his wife. Bold move, unless she's in a sedated coma. Bold move. So one, you start off like, okay, what's going on here? That's the sexual part, and then the thriller part. Yeah, she's kissing Hartnett. She pulls off, and it's just Anne Hathaway. She's biting her, smiling. I'm like, okay, this definitely feels like it could be a movie that has a great trailer, and the movie's just fine. But I'm hoping, like Resident Evil, if it could be like this trailer, this could be like a low key sleeper movie of the year. And I've also not seen anything of Colleen Hoover, so I don't know again if it's a good trailer. I have not seen It Ends With Us. I've not seen The Housemaid. I haven't seen any of that type of stuff yet, right? So I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm a fan of this work so far. So this might be my
Housemaid?
first.
Like with Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, I'm pretty
You
sure
haven't
that's a
seen that
Colleen
movie?
Hoover. No, I meant to, but me and Emily wanted to watch together, and then I just never got it.
I'm
Oh,
sure
maybe.
you saw it.
Oh no, it's not. I'm wrong. It's not Colleen Hoover. Hang on, Colleen Hoover. What are some books she's written? So, sorry
Ends
to the
With
person
Us.
that wrote that.
And also, it starts with us.
It starts with us. Oh, right, because that's why they're fighting the sequels for the book. Oh, that's the other movie she did was The Regretting You, where the two people die in the car accident, and they find out they're like a husband loses a wife and a wife loses a husband. They find out they were cheating on it, like they were cheaters in the accident, and they're like related. I'll give her that. Colleen Hoover, she's got some good some good hooks going on with her books and stuff. I don't know what that means for the projects, but.
Man.
I'm gonna see this movie regardless. It's just a question of how quickly or in the theaters. That'll be review wise.
So Verity,
Mm-hmm.
the name of the book, is actually Anne Hathaway's character's name.
Oh fuck.
And careful what you Google, because I think I just spoiled myself for like the whole movie.
Good thing for you, you'll forget about it. I don't forget about this shit, but yeah, okay. I'm done Googling. I'm done. No more
Yeah.
Verity. Let's move on to a different trailer.
Okay.
Leave Clayface and Evil Dead Burn at the end because I talked about those already, so you can just give your
Okay.
quick thoughts in a row. So.
I'll go. This is probably a quick one. Well, yeah, a couple quick ones here.
Mm-hmm.
House of Dragon looked fantastic.
Yeah. I forgot Ewan Mitchell was the fucking king, man. I was like, oh, right. This is going to get good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. So did I, actually.
Viserys is all like two-faced up now, so.
Yeah, no, I'm jazzed. I love that show. It's gonna be top quality. I'm excited to get these actors back. Yeah, I'm all in on that one. I missed the date. What was it for that
It's
one?
June.
Okay, not
I think
far.
It's 21st. Yeah, 21st it is.
It's like 2 months.
Yeah, it goes that, and then it goes Lanterns, which I had to ask. Are you out on Lanterns?
Man, the trailers really aren't doing it for me. Like
Because
at all.
Taylor said the same thing. So I said worst case scenario, if I got to solo it, I will say. But he's like, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be doing that one. So
Yeah.
Jimmy Guns, you gotta pick up that marketing, man. You're losing people on this fucking show. But I will, even if it's Travis told you, I will put up the solos. But yeah, so there you go. We got House Dragon coming
on
up.
ya.
So
You're
yeah,
a good lad.
I try.
Um,
and then
and then-
I can't wait for that plot of him trying to kill his brother to like get the crown back, like little Viserys for Ewan Mitchell. He's
yeah.
like, oh, even if I die trying, it's like that's gonna be tons of fun. So,
Yeah, no, absolutely. There's gonna be drama and good stuff in there.
Yeah.
And then One Night Only. It was like okay when it was going on.
I
And
put it
then
in there also
saw
because
it-
the interesting plot.
Yeah. The
Why'd you laugh? You don't think it's an interesting plot line? You can only have sex with one night of the year if you're not married. I think there's that. That's a fun.
Is that actually what it was? Because I think
Yes.
I missed that. Okay.
So they didn't get
I thought they
into
were
it,
just
but-
like calling it like Valentine's Day or something.
No.
Yeah,
That is the
okay,
plot that
okay.
it's legally you're not allowed to have unless you're married. You can only have sex one day a year, and this is the day of the year.
For single people.
Yeah, so that's why it's called One Night
What
Only.
a
That's why I put this
fucking-
trailer, and I wasn't just throwing
When
some
you have
romantic
Morpheus,
comedy.
Let
in there.
us fuck.
Yeah, I was just throwing in
That's
this
so
random
funny.
rom com trailer. There's a reason for it,
That's so funny because I was curious why you were word of the night, the big C word, curious. But yeah, I was just wondering why you threw that in there. Same maker as Anyone But You. Is that what I saw?
Yeah, and
Like
Easy
the one
A.
with Glenn
So
Powell
anyone
and-
but you
Wait-
didn't sell me, but
Which is it's funny because yeah, that's like this kind of reminded me of that type of rom com. I'm a lot more interested in this one than
we
that
go.
one. I think I was excited for Anyone But You at the time. I just ended up not really loving that movie. It just fell a little flat for me. But I like both of these individuals. Monica Barbaro, I think is her name from Top Gun.
right, yes, that's
And
where you know
Mr.
from.
Dua Lipa's husband now.
Yeah, Callum
Can't remember
Turner.
his name. I think this looks great. I definitely want to watch it. I don't know if it'll be a theater watch, but I think, yeah, I think I'd watch it with Shay. It seems like a good enough time. That's so funny. I completely missed that whole plot point.
It's
'Cause
pretty
I remember him
minor
saying
in this
that. I remember
trailer.
them all
Yeah.
getting on around him, but then it just goes to like, I don't want to go out. His mom's trying to get him out of the house. I'm like, oh yeah, it's just like Valentine's Day or something like that. I was
Yeah. I'm
making my
sorry.
own movie out of it.
You only have sex one time a year, and his mom's telling him to go out. It's like, all right, what's going on with this character? Maybe he had a bad experience one year, but yeah, I definitely, I don't think this will be a theater watch, but yeah, from what I've seen from Maria, I like her a lot so far. I think she has the potential to be like a future kind of Hollywood it girl. So we'll see. Callum Turner, I hope this turns me around on him. This guy has to have some charisma because he's dating Dua Lipa. It can't just because maybe it's just because he's a good looking guy, but he has to have something. I just have yet to see it yet in the projects that I have watched him. I don't think he's necessarily bad. He just hasn't struck me as too interesting. He does look somewhat charismatic and interesting in this. So I'm kind of hoping I can get on board because like when I see people say, oh, he should be Bond, I go, no, absolutely not. Like that's like this guy's not what I would picture as far as that type of charisma. So we'll see. Yeah, I'm interested, but again, a lot of people loved and overhyped Anyone But You, and I didn't enjoy that as much as those people. So if it's kind of that same realm where people are just loving it, but I see it and I go, oh, this is just kind of a fine 6 out of 10 movie. I hope not, because this looks like it could be tons of fun. So I'm interested to follow along. But again, fun plot line as far as, okay,
Yeah.
sex once a year, what you going to do? So that gives us some potential good setups and scenes. So
What you can, there like in this universe, there has to be just like crazy orgy parties or something. Right, that are
absolutely.
just hosted.
Yes. Like you said, Matrix, like that.
Yeah, like that's. I feel like it'd be like the same level as like The Purge. Like people go that hard for this
Yeah.
one day of sex, but okay. And then I guess the last one to talk about here is
Oh, okay. Go back to you and pull it up.
Spider-Noir. Spider-Noir. That's what it was. I read it all in one
Yeah.
sentence. Yeah, I'm excited for this. I thought this was a pretty damn good looking trailer. I think there was only like one shot. I don't know. His like buddies talking to him, and it was just like, yeeks. Like this is black and white green screen all over the place.
There's a
right now. It just
couple.
looks-
There's a couple. Not log
Yeah.
trucks, but it's a little iffy. It's
But for a TV show, like I feel like I kind of was expecting it to look worse. So there's that. Like when he's using the webs, I thought all that looked fine when he's swinging. Like luckily it's like a night shot in that moment, but still, I thought it looks pretty good. I'm hoping this is. I feel like this is more serious than I was expecting, but I'm totally down. I like Nick Cage enough, and obviously, I mean, it's no surprise I was going to be there. It's a Spider-Man project. Just interested in seeing.
Are you
what they
though?
do.
Because I laid out the plan for the review and I heard crickets in the Discord. So
Is it like a weird release model or something? Is that what it is?
I
It's
haven't-
like a binge.
I haven't uploaded this in my memes yet, but like,
Why didn't you answer me? Why didn't you answer me?
did you watch that clip yet? I sent you of the fucking show that I'm watching, Widow's Bay.
Yeah.
Okay.
With what's
Yeah,
his name?
You don't know his name. You know
Yeah,
this man from nothing.
French name. It's a French
Matthew
name.
Reese is a French name.
Oh, never mind then. I think I'm thinking about Interview with a Vampire character.
Oh, that's Lestat. The one,
Yeah,
the meme of the guy looking back. Have you seen? I sent you the video because I said this
When
was
did you
generally
send? Did you send it to me private?
No,
Just
in the
me?
GV3. I'm gonna send.
You sent a lot of links. I don't click a lot of links. I have bad service
Nope.
at work.
You're lying. You're lying. I sent. It was a
No.
video that I screen record, or I didn't even screen record. I recorded off my TV. I'm gonna bring it up as a quick cut to in the what we've been watching section. Why should people should watch Widow's Bay? People, please, if you have any interest, don't watch the clip. But if you do this, or if you're on the fence, this will sell you. Oh, I gotta find. Fuck. Taylor dropped too many of those CO memes. You guys, okay? Everyone knows the CO meme I'm talking about. I dropped the article and the Cannons meme on these boys yesterday. 0 reactions, and I said, "You guys gotta get on top of this." I dropped the article again, and then Taylor's like, "Look at all." He's sending all the memes I saw last night. Like, come on, man. Like, but I will find it in a second. But what were we talking about? Oh, Spider-Noir. Yeah, it comes out as a binge model. So it's 27th on it's 27th April. So that's the same day as Bond. The game comes out,
Can't
but
be that was 3 days ago, 27th of April.
no, sorry, May. But it's coming on MGM Plus the 25th. So I said there will be ways we'll be able to watch it. And it's 8 episodes. All of them are about
Right.
40 minutes. We would have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to watch it. We would watch it, review it, and then Bond is out. You won't be playing Bond Wednesday night, but you'd have the first Thursday 3 to start playing Bond, etc. So I laid out this whole plan. I said, I'm doing it. Taylor gave a yes/no answer. Made no sense. He gave me a thumbs up, and then he dropped the Isildur no. So I have no idea what that fucking means. I'm just lost. But so we would have 3 days to review 8 episodes that are 40 minutes.
Yeah, I think that's achievable.
Where the fuck is this link? Oh, I found it finally. By the way, that person that Taylor showed that like had questions about the kid, he said we should no longer use that person's name anymore on air. So I said, okay, we'll just go back to
Oh,
we know who it is. But okay, this is to sell everybody on Widow's fucking Bay. Okay, watch this fucking clip right here. This is good shit.
Howdy, neighbor.
Hang on, I go back.
Howdy, neighbor. Why didn't you answer me?
It's a horror show.
Need some help in there? What? No! No! No, don't come in! I'm coming out! Don't come in! Don't come!
Jesus,
Oh yeah, man.
that's a good scene.
Yeah, Widow. It's still playing my thing. Widow's. It's this show where he's a mayor. It's on Apple Plus. They just dropped 2 episodes this week. It's Matthew Reese. He's one of my favorite actors that people don't really know. He's a mayor, and what he's trying to do is the town is known for being haunted. So he's got like a New York Times writer, and he's trying to show that the place isn't haunted and tourists should come because it's dying. So what he does in this second episode, all these the people that live there keep telling tourists like, oh, don't go to that bed and breakfast, it's fucking haunted. Like, they list off all the stuff, and he's like, you gotta stop telling people this. No one's gonna rent there. And they go, no, we're not gonna. And he makes a deal. He's like, okay, what if I spend one night in there, and if I come out fine, you guys gotta stop talking shit. And they go, oh, okay, we'll do that. And then he does that, and it's such a good setup because, like, again, skip ahead a little bit. That guy he's been talking to, the Warner or whatever, he's staying in another room. Of course, he's a fucking ghost. He's not there. But Matthew Rhys has no idea. But he checks the whole hotel. Nothing's wrong. And he's like, the basement's the last thing. He puts it up. But finally, he's like, had a little drink, so he's about to do it. So he checks. And when he crawls under there, I just think, not even before the clown thing happens, when he, like, just think about that. If you don't know this guy and you're in a basement checking for like creepy stuff, and this guy's like, oh, let me just come in there with you. That claustrophobia of him being stuck in there. And I showed the clip to Emily and she loved it. But she pointed out too, when Matthew Rhys sees that guy's skeleton, he's wearing the same fucking clothes he is. It's a very heady, trippy show. And I didn't even see that because what I loved about that shot is the guy starts to crawl and you can't really see what it is. You just see there's stuff around his head. And when he throws that flashlight on him and he's just in full clown garb and the show is like horror, but it's horror comedy. And Matthew Rhys is just losing his fucking mind. Oh my God. I'm so locked in the show.
I never saw that clip.
Of course you did.
And in my defense, you posted this fucking photo like 10 times.
So
I just kept seeing that photo and I just thought that was the photo. Like I didn't think there was more to it. It was just the reaction. So yeah, I'm glad you shared that right now.
Everyone watched
I was a little
photos
behind on the chat. It was getting a little spam with some cannons and whatnot.
Of course. Let's see. I think we hit on. Oh, it's Spider-Noir. I'm there for Spider-Noir. It looks great. I think I agree with you. There's a little iffy, some CGI stuff going on, but I think it's been great. Nick Cage looks great. We got Tombstone, we got Sandman, we got Silvermane. Tons of fun villains. Again, I wish for our review, life, and even podcasting wise, it was weekly, but I'm excited to talk about it with either you guys or to myself. But I think it's gonna be tons of fun. So, and then what do you think about Clayface and Evil Dead Burn? That came out last week. It was supposed to be a catch up for you and all the boys, but obviously you're just the single boy. So,
single boy here. Yeah, man, Clayface. It looks exactly what I wanted it to be like. I'm so hyped on this project. It looks so fucked up and creepy, and just the shot of him like in the bed and then it just like cutting back to like before the event or whatever. The scene too when he's just like rubbing his face and it's just like a skin sheet thing like over it. Oh, it just looks so fucked up and weird. And like I didn't have a vision for what this movie was going to be, but seeing this trailer I'm like, yeah, this is kind of what I was hoping to be seeing here. And I'm so fucking pumped for this. This has totally got me juicing. Really quick teaser. I'm gonna be there, so like I don't really need any more marketing for this. I
think they'll give like a full story for like idiots that don't get like what's happening. I think they'll get the whole like he was an actor and then he had an accident and then his face got fucked up and everything. So,
but like I just love it. Like I love the trailer. I love the like the post, like the temporary poster thing that they have right now. Of just like his face looking all like melty and like the font too. It doesn't look like a DC project, and that's kind of exactly what I wanted. Yeah. What about you?
No, I talked about it in Travis told you. This is supposed to be just a catch up for you guys. Yeah. No, I'm with you. I think it looks great. I hope that they just find a way, almost like we talked about Resident Evil, keep it the small scale, right? Like I don't need. There's that one moment in the trailer where he turns his fist into that like kind of mace club, which is fine. But I said when I talked about it in Travis told you, it's just lean more horror and not action. I don't want to be like Morbius where it's like, oh, he's a vampire, but then it's all fighting, right? It's like we don't need that. That's why we got Supergirl for this year. You know, like I'm not saying he can't like fight or hit people, but don't make that the main stuff. Make that a scene or two. I think lean into the horror stuff. And again, I hope for them it's not an insane budget because it could pop off because there could be a bunch of people that don't even know this is a DC movie, right? And that could help it. And that's something that I think is good. And what I've said too is I think the problem with Supergirl is it's not directed by James Gunn, but it feels like Guardians. So then it feels like James Gunn. And then we got Peacemaker. And then next year's Superman. Lanterns doesn't feel like James Gunn, but I get the sense that people are just not as hyped for that. But this looks like it's in the same universe as Superman, but it does look completely different, which Gunn said he wanted to do with this universe. So that does not look like where MCU has, a very similar palette, but they try to differentiate, but you can feel them in the same universe. Superman and Clayface, very distinctively different. So I think that's a good thing for them. So
For sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't believe it'll ever get to the same level, but it's almost like what the Joker was with Joaquin, where that's a DC project, but it's so different than like the classic Men in Tights type movie with your superhero.
And Evil Dead Burn.
And Evil Dead Burn.
Coming out just a couple months in July, so.
I am just like peaking on this franchise right now. I love this new era of Evil Dead. It's so fantastic and creepy, and I thought this was a really fun trailer. Also, a lot of like just chaos going on and just creepy, unfortunate events for the people around this lady. And I liked how like I was expecting one of like the what do they even call it, the Deadites, like to see our lady here crawling away, but it didn't. And just like the fact that it didn't almost makes it creepier, because they're taking like that one guy like out into a room or something, and it's just, man, it's like, how the fuck do you get out of this situation? I'd rather be Austin Abrams in the sewers with the fucking the Stellan Skarsgård Baron from Dune than in this situation in this house. I think it just looks
Well,
so
you haven't
fucked
seen
up,
what that Baron guy can do though yet, right? So that's the tough thing.
Very true.
Like
No, very
we don't know if he gets up or what if he splits into two and he's run at you. It's tough,
Yeah, and like it's a teaser trailer, so not a lot going on. But I thought it was good at just capturing the essence of what I imagine this movie's gonna be. The little like subtitle thing was like, "There's no escape" or something, or rather, it wouldn't be happening all in this one house. Hey, this movie.
Well, it could. Evil Dead 1 happens all in one cabin. Evil Dead Rise happens all in one apartment. Evil Dead 2013 happens all in that one cabin.
I guess
Evil
so.
Dead
Evil Dead
2
Rise
happens
felt
all
way
in that
bigger
cabin.
though, because it is like a whole building. And
Yeah.
the ending sequence in the parkade.
I think
feels
there's
like totally
I think
different
there's a
venue.
chance, but it could be like a bigger sort of building or whatnot. Because we've heard it's supposed to be like the biggest Evil Dead yet, which can be, that could be a good thing.
Yeah.
Could be a questionable thing. So
True. I mean, it looked like a lot of Deadites compared to what we've seen in the past, right? Like,
Yeah.
it seemed like there's quite a few in there. Yeah, you're right. It is still a lot of question marks, I guess. But for initial reactions, I liked it.
good. All right, let's take an ad break and we'll be right back. And we're back. Okay, so I'm gonna punt some other news, like the Nintendo Slate one. That can be a full topic, so we're gonna wait. And Dexter, there's not too much to add there. There's some characters there. We're just gonna do these last two movie news, what we've been watching, and then there is a Patreon question that Mike, he asked me when Travis told you he want to ask the rest of you boys. It's again only one boy, so I'll ask Kirkland, and then when we have the other boys, Mike, I will ask them as well. Hopefully it goes in time. But what are your quick thoughts on a Battlefield movie directed by Christopher McQuarrie of Mission Impossible fame, who did the last one since, God, when did he start? I think it was Rogue Nation. And Michael B. Jordan is producing, possibly starring. And then Tarantino's given his blessing. I can't remember who the writer is, but they are officially moving forward on a Django and Zorro movie. It was not confirmed if Jamie Foxx would be. You didn't hear about this yet, did you?
No. I remember reading that, but it like didn't process in my head what that actually
So
was.
I can't remember who it else was, but it was Tarantino and somebody. They wrote after Django Unchained. They wrote a comic book of Django and Zorro teaming
right?
up.
With Javier Bardem.
Yeah,
That guy?
no.
Yeah. Oh,
Antonio Banderas.
Antonio Banderas. Of
Yeah,
course, yeah.
maybe it's Javier Bardem in this one. But so they wrote a comic. Tarantino's not writing the script, but the people that are writing the script are basing it off of Tarantino's comments. So it's like Tarantino written adjacent. I'm sure he'll get a producer credit. But yeah, and again, not confirmed if Jamie Foxx is back. But yeah, what do you think about these two random things? We got a Battlefield movie coming, Chris McQuarrie, Michael B. Jordan starring in it, post Oscar role, and then Django and Zorro.
I think the Battlefield one is like it's super not surprising to me. I think it's like, even I feel like it's easier to get than like a Call of Duty project, which isn't there like talks of that happening too?
Oh no, it's happening. It's happening at Paramount. So it's just so funny that
Right, we just talked about this on After 9, right? Yeah.
and
Okay.
yeah, we did, right. It's directed by Peter Berg. And it's just so funny that years these movies haven't been made, and then Call of Duty gets greenlit, and now it's like, oh yeah, Battlefield movies being made too. It's like, okay, you couldn't pace that out a bit better, but
No, for sure. But Battlefield, yeah, not really surprised it's happening. I could be there depending on the trailer if it looks really good.
I could be there.
I'm a sucker for action movies, but like I'm definitely not just signing
maybe
up.
like
because-
MBJ, right? If he does star in it, right?
Yeah, I don't think that's enough to sell me on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I
Me
like
either.
him for sure.
Me either. Because that's not really like. There's always this thing, right? When actors win their Oscar and they're like, "What's their post-Oscar career like?" Man, I don't know about Michael V. Like I am curious because he's directing Thomas Crown Affair. I think they go any other way because it's like a spy. Did you watch back in the day the Pierce one? And that's a remake of a original. He's like a
No, what's the title again?
Thomas Crown Affair. It's like he's like a jewel thief, and it's like a kind of sexy, fun thriller with like a female lead. He's directing that with Andrea Drona, so you got that going on. And then he's got Miami Vice, which I think could go either way. I'm very excited for him and Austin Butler, but I don't think that's a guarantee. And then this, like I don't know, man. Maybe he's just getting a great paycheck. Maybe it's like that Anthony Mackie Saudi Arabia movie, and that's it. Christopher,
Oh my god, I just saw that. What was that called?
it's like the Desert Warrior or something.
It made like
$438,000 on a
someone
$150
broke it
million
down.
budget.
It was like $400 and something a theater is what it made.
yeah. I
Okay.
hope that Saudi check was good, Anthony Mackie. But so
That's
Michael
my
B.
cap right there.
Yeah, they saw that and they're like, "We're giving the shield back to Chris Evans. We're giving it back, man. You didn't withhold us." But so like B. Jordan, I don't love that for him, and the McQuarrie is tough, right? Because for me, it's like. It's great for Call of Duty or Battlefield because I feel like he's a better director that a Battlefield movie should ever get, like with some of those Mission Impossible movies. But at the same time, and I said this in the Discord, it feels a little bit like director jail of those last two Mission Impossible movies where I'll just be nice and say divisive, and it feels like, yeah, you can do you can do Battlefield for sure. Like it feels like if those movies killed, he got in something original maybe and something big budget, but now it's like he has to like earn his way back and like go make that Battlefield movie good and we'll talk, you know?
I think like when I think of a Battlefield movie,
You think of Mission Impossible?
I'm not expecting any plot at all. So like
That's
the
what I
fact
mean,
the
and
last
those
two
movies
Mission
are so
Impossible movies-
plotty.
Oh, the last two Mission Impossibles, you mean?
Well, all of them are plotty. They're all about twists and turns and the entity. Like there's so
Yeah,
many
but,
convoluted
like,
things, you know?
There are also a lot of action in there.
Yeah,
and
of
I think
course,
if Battlefield just lays 80% action, 20% plot. Like, I could be sold there. A guilty pleasure movie for me is Battle Los Angeles. I know Taylor loves that that movie.
I
Have
do.
you ever seen this one?
I did
Like
when
an
I
alien
saw it.
invasion movie.
Yeah, oh yeah, Aaron
You
Eckhart.
got- yeah.
I was hyped after Dark Knight, and I loved it in the theater. I'm hoping one day it pops up for us to talk about because I've never seen it since. It just has good memories in my mind. But I guarantee if we watched it, we'd be like, "What the fuck is this?"
Probably.
Do we
but
still got that one? Oh yeah, we still got that.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
That's
I
what
like
worry.
I edited that and I like got the volume. We better not delete that video ever. I'm proud of that one. Of
course.
the Joe Pesci. But yeah, I feel like this should be an easy movie, and that's
Yeah.
totally me being armchair quarterback.
Easy 6 out of 10. Easy 6
Yeah.
out of 10 that you can make
As
people
long as the action
enjoy.
looks good, and I trust
Yeah.
McQuarrie to do that. Like the Mission Impossible movies, the action was
Yeah.
never
Oh, yeah.
a problem in those movies. They looked
Submarine Sheen?
phenomenal.
You know,
The submarine machine, yeah. Get a submarine in Battlefield.
Michael B.
And
Jordan.
then Michael B.
Django and Zorro was the other thing you were going to, I think.
Django
yeah.
Zorro. Zorro is such a blind spot to me. I feel like I might have seen like The Mask of Zorro, which is like a follow up. Like it's not like the Zorro movies, right? It's like it's like after he retired or something like that. Or am I'm testing your Zorro knowledge right now?
Which is not great. I thought the first one. Okay, I think Anthony Hopkins plays Zorro, and he retires and he trains a new Zorro who is Antonio Banderas. That's what I think is the plot of that movie. It's been a minute for me as well too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. I didn't know Anthony Hopkins was the original and then passed it down, which is just funny to me because I feel like Banderas and Anthony Hopkins are very different nationalities and ethnicities. But
Yeah, I wonder
is
in
it
that
like-
movie, do you think is it just he's a white Zorro, or do you think Anthony Hopkins is playing a Hispanic?
he's got like he's got a Hispanic accent and everything.
Like, have you seen the movie where Defoe played someone of a Hispanic race?
I don't think so. No.
I will find. Oh yeah, I found it. Fuck. Like again, fuck. Just this image here of like there's
Like, what year
sometimes.
was the Defoe one like 90s?
This is in Robert Rodriguez's movie. Let's see. Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
No.
Oh yeah, wait till you get this one coming up right here. Yeah, that's him playing a Hispanic character. So
I mean, if I never
what do you
heard
mean?
him
What do you
or
mean?
seen him
Don't
in
do
anything
this.
else, and he was playing a
that's me saving you from being canceled right there. I'm trying to stop.
And what the fuck are you talking about, man?
It's hard to look at this though and not just like think of Goblin's voice. Oh my god.
That's a glider.
So
This is like him in the boardroom when they're fucking firing him. He's
Yeah.
like, you can't get rid of me.
yeah.
You know how much
so
I sacrificed. This
let's
Hispanic
see.
accent.
Was Anthony Hopkins Mexican or
And sorry, what was that movie
Spanish or
called?
that was Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Spanish in Zorro. Let's see if he was.
Mexico. I feel like I've seen that movie.
You probably
Who else is
have.
in that one?
Oh no. Okay.
Oh, he did. He
No,
did do his
no,
Hispanic character.
no, I was worried. He plays a character named Don Diego de la Vega. But he is Welsh, not Spanish. That sure sounds like a Spanish name. But yeah, he is Don Diego del la Vega. So
But he's Welsh. Okay.
yeah, but he's Welsh. Django
I
Zorro.
mean,
So do you want do you
yeah.
even want more Django without QT directing and writing? And would you even want more Django if it's not Jamie Foxx? Because to me, that's it. When you said Michael B. Jordan's not a deal breaker, if they say, "Oh, we talked to Jamie, we just couldn't figure it out," I'm kind of out. I need Jamie, even without QT, which is iffy. I need Jamie Foxx to be confirmed for this movie for me to be
I'm
care
with
about it
you.
all.
I'm with you on that. I think the only thing you could do other than that is like an animated adventure
Yes.
with Django. I think also, I mean, I don't really know anything about Zorro, so maybe it is like it's there's no way it's as like campy and wild as
It's
Django
campy.
is.
No, it's campy. I don't think it's as wild and bloody, but it's definitely campy.
Okay.
And it's probably more genuine campy, the way that Tarantino was kind of trying to make it over the top.
Yeah.
But this is more because like Zorro was like a cartoon, like not but like an old black and white movie. Like there is some camp to Zorro, so that could
Yeah.
work. The rated R-ness, I don't know, but you can easily just bump Zorro up because I don't know. Maybe there's
Yeah.
someone being mad like you made Zorro fucking rated R, but like they'll
Yeah.
be okay.
I think like best case scenario, the QT and Django pairing. Wait, sorry, the QT and Jamie Foxx pairing with the character and Zorro, like that isn't even like an automatic sell for me. And then you take QT out of it, okay, a little bit harder to sell.
yeah,
And
yeah.
you take Jamie Foxx out of it, like no
What are you
bueno.
selling me?
I don't want this.
That's one of those like B&B breakfasts where you look at the first like this looks nice and you get there and you're I just did it, but
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
that would be that
Yeah.
movie, like that'd
Absolutely.
be a tough sell. So
Yeah, so I would need to see more, I think, before I is Zorro like, are people itching for Zorro these days?
I don't think so. But they could be. But this is a good time you could reinvent it, though, right? So that's where if you make it rated R, really wild, like if you do give it more the Django side, I think you
Yeah.
can reinvent it. But again,
Cast
though,
Willem Dafoe as some Hispanic
Zorro,
character,
as
as his
Zorro.
as his counterpart.
yeah. And that's the thing because I don't think you get Antonio Banderas. I think they go for someone new, and that would be key as well. But yeah, I need to wait to see if Jamie Foxx actually attached, and then then I'm down to see some Django adventures. But I don't know.
I'd be interested in if Jamie Foxx wants to do it without QT. Also, I don't know.
That's true too. Yeah, that's a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to give you this question, then I'm going to hit you with what you've been watching, and we can quickly go through that. But Mike asked me on Trash Told You, so I'm going to ask you. He says, "How about a game of Box Office God?" Now, get ready for this, Kirkland. This is going to be a doozy for you. You have the power to choose any two of these movies to make sure they become a $2 billion hit. However, two others' films will become under $200 million bombs. Which four do you choose? Think about the health of the industry, franchises, and not just your personal favorites. These are the movies you get to pick. So you got to pick two movies that are going to be $2 billion, and then two movies that are going to absolutely bomb. It's Supergirl, Dune Part 3, Spider-Man Brand New Day, Avengers Doomsday, The Odyssey, and Star Wars Starfighter. Not Mando.
Holy
Starfighter. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would be your two
That's
big hits,
tricky.
and what would be your two bombs? I'll tell you what I picked after the fact, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Man. Okay. I think I would do
Yeah.
Starfighter as a bomb, because, and like I understand he said for the sake of the industry and all those things, and I'm really trying to keep my biases out of it, but I can only do so much. So
And you love Star Wars, so that's
I do love Star
and
Wars,
you're having it to bomb, you know.
but I'm looking at Starfighter, and like that's not my peak Star Wars.
You
I-
haven't even
I-
got a teaser for it. You got one image of Ryan Gosling being like that's it.
But like, it's not Darth Bane, you know.
Oh, no.
If I got one image of Darth Bane sitting there, I'm throwing $2 billion at that movie. But yeah, that one's gonna bomb, and hopefully Dave Filoni gets fired right afterward. And yeah, that's all it is. And the next day, we start a new golden era of Star Wars. And it's just
Saturday. They
all
don't even
bangers.
give him the weekend to see how it does. Just Saturday. He's out. He's gone.
Okay, and I need 2 winners and 1 more bomber. Fuck. I'll leave my other bomb to the side for now.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, was it just Doomsday as an Avengers movie, or was
Yeah,
it two-
Avengers Doomsday. Yeah.
I'll do that one as a 2 billionaire,
Oh, okay.
just to be like, holy fuck, they really did it. They really pulled off.
That doesn't mean it's good though.
But it's successful. So
but
therefore,
but what happens if you get, because we don't know what it's gonna be. So what happens if that movie's complete shit and you gave the $2 billion crown?
yeah,
Right.
fair point. Fair point.
Log trucks all over the place, and you got $2 billion going on, right? Just saying. Just saying. I'm not saying you
That
can't
is a-
do it, but
That is a fair point. So what? Like, what's the counter? You just bomb that movie,
this is your
or
list.
you just leave it off the list?
Your list. I'm just
Yeah,
so
my
I'm just-
list.
Yeah.
See, this is so fucking hard here, because then I got like Dune and Spidey, and Spidey. I don't even want to talk about Spidey right now. Dune.
You also got Odyssey on that list as well too, and Supergirl.
Oh my god, yeah, Supergirl and Odyssey.
So there's pretty much
Fuck,
two
man,
movies.
this is actually so hard.
There's pretty
I
much
know
two
this-
movies that'll do incredibly well, 2 movies that would
Yeah.
bomb, and then 2 movies that will just do like good to great, like right in the middle there.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
Because
just
there's
2
6.
won't be listed. Yeah, I thought it
Well,
was.
yeah,
just,
it
like,
won't be,
those
but I would
supposed
just
to be
assume they
included. But
just
you're
do
right.
what they do, right? You don't
They
you
did
don't
the neutral
mingle with
zone.
them. Yeah.
Okay.
Like I think either way, if you didn't touch Avengers Doomsday, it's making $1 billion, right? So either you could touch it and make it be $2 billion, or you could touch it and be a bomb. But I think if it's just Doomsday by itself, it's at least making $1 billion.
Absolutely. No, totally. Okay, let's lock in here. I think I'm gonna do, as wild as it seems, I think I'm gonna go Dune here as the other 2 billionaire. Not to
Okay.
bomb, like it actually succeeds, because this is the last of the Denis Dunes, and imagine just closing out like the trilogy, and it's just like chef's kiss. Like he did it. He really closed off that adventure. I know there's like fucking 20 something Dune books or something, or whatever the hell it is. I don't think this is gonna close out the whole chapter of that, but at least
No.
for the adventure that we've seen with Timmy, with Zendaya, Chani, all those characters, I think the first 2 movies are perfect 10 out of 10s quality wise. I know that doesn't really speak to what the question is about the money making aspect to it.
But still, you want to be rewarded for that quality, right?
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
just the idea of like it, I guess it's not an original movie because it's pulling off the
I
source
think it's more
material.
original than the rest of these, other than like Odyssey.
Yeah, and
you
like
know,
a
so.
sci-fi movie adventure that's making $2 billion that isn't a Star Wars project, or like I don't know, it's not even in the same realm, but something like Star Trek, where it's like a name that people know about, and that's like the
Yeah.
sci-fi that kind of started the whole movie side of it, or TV side of those sci-fi adventures. Like this is the new era of sci-fi, and people fucking love it. They're throwing $2 billion at it. I would love that story. So I'm also a big Denis fan, coming off of Passengers and all these other
Yeah.
movies I've been watching.
April, I could be. I don't think I'm wrong about this. Trez told you. I'm pretty sure April and Mike both picked Dune to be the bomb, because their argument was it's the last of the trilogy. So they're not. He's not making any more. I did not select that because I didn't want that on Denis. I didn't want that on his record, to just that he completely flatlined the Dune.
Because that would be like, that would almost take away from like what
Under
he did in the
200
first
million.
2 Dins, right?
Under 200 million for Dune, you know.
But like when the people came out of Dune, it was like, holy fuck! Like this movie slaps. Denis, like, just
Well,
masterpiece.
not Taylor and Dylan. Remember, we had to
For
go
the
through all
first movie,
that.
they were, right?
I guess maybe.
Or not even. Not as high as you were. Got you good with that one.
It's so loud. It's so fucking loud.
Like, that was people coming out of Dune. And if the third one is an absolute bomb, like, that is just an asterisk on the legacy of those Dune movies. I think people would look a lot more negatively on the first two projects. You'd like to judge them on their own, but I think that's pretty hard to do. Okay, back to, so I'm
Okay.
halfway through.
Yeah,
I
you got
one
Dune's
win,
going
one
2 billion,
loss.
Starfire's going
Yeah.
200.
I think I'm gonna keep Spidey just in the neutral zone.
Okay.
I don't think it's like as important of a one to be a 2 billionaire. I think it'll do well regardless. Spidey gets people's in seats, but like it's not like it has to do something that'll make like a big shift in, I don't know, the way people see movies. I don't think it'll bomb. I would never want it to bomb, so that's why I'm not picking it to be that slot. I think it's pretty safe in the neutral zone here.
Mm-hmm.
And then what? We got Odyssey left. We got, what else am I missing?
Supergirl.
Supergirl.
You gonna put that on Millie? You put a 200 bomb on her?
I'm gonna bomb it. I'm totally gonna bomb it.
Oh,
Actually, yeah.
wow.
I hope
The
I love
sexist
this
pig?
movie. I hope I love this movie. I really love Millie. I was really hyped at the end of Superman and thinking about what we're gonna be getting. I just didn't love the vibe of that trailer. I'm really hoping that it's just not a trailer for me, and the movie itself I'm really sold on. I also think it won't do as well as I initially hoped or expected it to be.
No. That's one thing that
And-
Centraz told you where I didn't pick it for that, but the why I almost did is because I don't think 200 million is going to be too far from where it might
Yeah.
finish. So it's not like sure 300 is better than 200, but it's not like it's not stretching far. But I did, because I did agree with April that if you do that, like the female superhero genre is fucked then. Like if you have Marvels and Supergirl within 5 years, you know how many red eye thumbnails are gonna be like, you can't do Wonder Woman, you can't do. So it's just like I do see that argument of every studio being like, well, look at Supergirl, look at the Marvels, so that I did agree with. You know what? That's why
Yeah.
I almost bombed it, but you could get that where it's like, yeah, Wonder Woman can just be like
That's a
on
fair
the
point,
Justice
actually.
League,
Yeah.
It's tough,
No,
right? So it's an Alcatraz on that. But then again, it's 300. Like it makes 300. Are we not? Are people not already having that conversation
Yeah.
too? I don't know.
The
I really don't
reality
know.
Situation.
So
It is
Supergirl
unfortunate
Starfighter.
because I really want I really want to love this movie. Like I really love Millie. I think she's great casting for the role. I really love just the initial pitch of her just being this, like, I don't even know what the right term is, like a burnout or
Yeah.
just misfit type character, but the supered version. I love dogs. I love crypto. So yeah, it's crypto, right? Or Krypton.
Yep.
It's not
Crypto.
Krypton. Krypton's their
Kryp-
planet.
Krypton is where she's from. So.
Krypton. Is that the Marlon
My
Brando?
son from Krypton. Yeah, Marlon Brando.
I'm not doing another take.
Yeah. You don't want me to leave, do you? Fuck, man. No, sir. Just put your earpiece in and just say these 5 lines, please. All right. Okay. So you got one more success. So that means
From
you,
2 movies, right? I got Odyssey and
Well, you got Spider-Man, Doomsday, and Odyssey. Those are the 3 you could make the 2 billionaire.
but I already did Spider-Man as a neutral.
I'm just saying, if you want to change your mind, you can go back. You don't have to stick it that way.
Fuck, man. Actually, you know what? Thank you for that option. I'm gonna do Spider-Man as the super $2 billion winner. Purely, I mean, yeah, biases for sure. I got multiple Spider-Man posters up in this office right now. Another one right here that you can't even see. But
It's under him.
Jean Grey is spoilers, I guess. We've already been talked about it, actually.
Yeah,
Sadie
that's
Sink
absolutely fine.
character, Jean Grey, very, very, very important X-Men type character. We are still in this really weird, I'm gonna call it a limbo, where like the mutants are talked about, but we really haven't fully cannonballed into that pool, right? Which is the X-Men and all that stuff in this new era of the MCU and like what they're gonna be doing. Of course, we've had Hugh. Amon is like a mutant, I guess, or like
Yeah, they said
has,
she's
like,
a
has-
mutant.
has-
Yeah.
but like still, we haven't gone fully deep into it. If this is $2 billion and we're getting like they really killed it with everyone's hyped on Jean Grey's with Sadie Sink, I feel like Sadie Sink kind of has that effect, especially off Stranger Things, where people just like really liked her charisma and everything. So it just seems like a really likable actor paired into a role that is very, very crucial. And if like people are coming out of that just super, super hyped, I think that's a really good place to be moving forward in the MCU. And not even just because it's Spider-Man, just because of the pieces that are in there. John Bernthal's Punisher, right? Like, it's not like we're in an early stage of John Bernthal's Punisher. I don't think if this does super well, we're going to be getting his adventures now going forward.
Maybe we
It seems
could.
like we're kind of near the end of that book. Maybe I'm wrong. It's not like Frank Castle is
If
really
it's a $2
young
billion
character.
movie, though, maybe they're like, hey, John, you want to do,
Yeah, John Berthal.
you want your own movie?
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Let me tell you something. I'll do my own movie. I'll do a movie for you.
Wait. Come here.
No. We got that.
Wait. Come here. I've got something to say.
You should give me my own movie. That's what I got to
Yeah,
say.
they're like, okay, so glad to have you back, John.
Yeah.
You're reclaiming
Yeah.
your role as Punisher.
Sadie, you got X-Men. Tom, you
Yeah.
got Spider-Man 5.
Like,
Bruce,
so
you're going to
much
be
for
next
coming on this
Avengers.
adventure.
Yeah, see everybody.
Okay, yeah, I made $2 billion. He's just, wait, I got something to say.
Word.
You,
Need something to
you
say.
want me?
Let
You
tell
want me
something.
still in the MCU? You know why you want me in the MCU?
Because I'm a stud. I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone.
I feel like that doesn't obviously the Arnie accent, but I feel like that could be something that John Berthal says. He just seems
Oh,
like
yeah.
that
You get a
type of guy.
couple shots in him. 100%.
Yeah, I
He
got
walks,
something to
he
say.
walks out with his Punisher vest on from set. I'm ballsy, and if you're like, oh, I'm getting worried.
He just walks around like with the haircut and everything, just looking
Yeah.
full Frank Castle.
Okay, so you did
Um,
Supergirl and Starfire as your bomb, and Spidey and Dune as your wins. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So then, yeah. What are my neutral flyers again? I got.
Odyssey and Doomsday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
So if
okay
you-
with that. I'm
Yeah.
totally okay with that.
Okay. If you want to hear my full thoughts, I answered at the end of Trust Told You. I bombed Starfighter as well, with the Filoni effect as well, because I just feel like maybe that would give them a kick in the pants, like, oh shit, we got to do stuff. I did also say that maybe they would just stop making movies, but we've gotten a lot, so it's okay. And then I bombed Spidey, because my
Wow.
motivation behind that is maybe Sony goes, you know what? Let's have Disney can have Spider-Man back. We don't need to keep this. Let's stop doing this.
Yeah, good
'Cause
strategy then.
My last bomb was between that and Doomsday, and I thought, well, maybe it bombs and you start a new era, but I just went, who do I trust more? Even a faulty, made some mistakes, Kevin Feige, or Sony? And it's like, I can't trust Sony, and that's where the same thing for you. If they make $2 billion, maybe like, hey, we can do our own thing. And then the $2 billions, I made Dune and Odyssey just for the fact of like, a bit more original filmmaking, these auteur directors. I think that could, like Dune, like you said, open up more windows for different type of IPs and franchises. And then with Odyssey, it's just like no one can keep fucking doing what he's doing. It's just like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let's give him more bigger budgets. Let's get some more swords and sandals or this and that. Like that's why. And then Supergirl I left because they did make some good points. And then I guess I left Doomsday as well because I just think that'll make like $1 billion. But it was a good question by Mike. It was a good
Definitely.
thinker. So I will hit the boys with that in the future. I know Dylan's bombing Supergirl. It's got DC on it. So he's taking Supergirl and
And
Star
Star Wars.
Wars like that. He's
Yeah.
going to Infinity War snap him. So,
And Taylor would be Star Wars, the $2 billionaire for sure.
oh yeah,
And,
he would just double down. He'd say get $4 billion, the rest could bomb. He'd say my first one's Starfire, my second one's Starfighter, So,
Yeah.
which Mike was smart. I did tell because he was in the chat when I was doing it. He's smart not to put Mando because for me it was tougher to do Starfighter because that would suck if we saw Starfire and we're like, oh, actually this is really great. This feels like a good fresh start for Star Wars.
Like what happened with Andor, man.
Yeah,
that,
and if it-
that was such.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And if it had low numbers, though, same thing. Like Andor, great awards wise, but didn't like burn up the charts. That's where it's like, well, we're not going to do more of this because it's expensive and people don't love it. It's kind of
And then-
slow for them, right? So
And then we got the condensed last season, which was
Yes.
good, but like just showed us what we could have had stretched out over multiple seasons.
5-year
right? So it was
plan down to one
yeah,
season.
Really upsetting.
Yeah. So, and that's what would suck with Starfire, right? If you're watching, you're like, oh no, this is great.
Yeah.
And now it's bombing.
If Mando made like $5 billion, it's like, oh yeah, Filoni, you are the guy. We're just gonna
Yeah.
keep fucking doing this goofy creature CGI with just your fucking Clone Wars.
I
stuff.
like
don't
this kid. All right. End us off quickly. What have you been watching, Kirkland?
Yeah. Okay. Here we are.
It's been a minute. So that's what I'm throwing it out there.
It
so.
has been a minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mentioned on the After 9 that I watched Arrival for the first time in a long
Right.
time. And I fucking loved it. I thought it was like a good movie the first time I watched it, but this time around, just like really focusing in and like, I don't know, just like being locked in. I feel like I kind of had Amy Adams, unfortunately, on like a lower tier. I just maybe... I don't even know what it was. Just maybe I didn't love some of
In
the
this rewatch
performances.
or
No, just
recently?
in general
Okay.
as an actress.
Yeah.
I feel like I thought she was amazing, and then like I would see some things, just not love her in it, and be like, is she really amazing, or am I just like thinking of something that I really liked her in? But watching Arrival, she is so good. She is so fantastic in that lead. Just such a really well crafted movie. Denis, just a fucking amazing man at what he does, and I love the way that like the aliens were kind of handled. I really, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with like Disclosure Day, because that looks pretty wild on what they're doing there. But just I love when alien movies are like very different than what you normally see. Of like, it's not like a gray alien or like a UFO that abducts people and does like science experiments, because those are like very human traits that I think we just naturally put on an alien type entity. But in Arrival, just like, it's so interesting the way that like just the rules on how they do it when they go into the rooms, and the way that they figure out how they like break down the language, and just all of that stuff. It really makes you think in a different way of like, yeah, why do we write the way that we write instead of just doing something that intuitive to kind of how those alien creatures are communicating. And yeah, really, really good movie. Visually, it looks amazing. So that was a really fun one to rewatch there. I went through a show called Big Mistakes, I think it's called, on Netflix.
Sounds familiar.
It's with Daniel Levy, Eugene Levy's son.
Yeah. Written by Rachel Sennett. Emily wants to watch that show. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You say Emily wants to watch that show?
Yeah, because she watched it without me, and I said sure, just because I'm busy. So.
Has she watched Schitt's Creek?
Yes, she's a big fan of Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, so then I think she'll love it, because I really, really love Schitt's Creek. David is Daniel Levy's character in that show, and he's like one of my favorite. He's so good. In this show, I was really like not gripped in the early episodes. I think I was just seeing his character from Schitt's Creek, and he's like a very more toned down version of, because he's like very over the top in Schitt's Creek. They're like rich snobby people, so he's like really leaning into that angle. But in this one, he's like a pastor, so it's supposed to be a little bit I don't know, toned down a little bit. It's really funny show though, and it's like a crime mystery type thing in there. And yeah, like halfway through, I was totally gripped. There's a couple little twists that happen that I was totally not expecting, so that made it really fun. Ended in a cliffhanger, so gonna be, I imagine, another seasons or something like that. So and I was totally sold. Shay watched the show when she was in Victoria, and then when she came back, she wanted to rewatch with me because she knew I would like it, and I did. So yeah, he's fantastic though. Daniel Levy. My initial, like, I was having a little bit of a hard time, like I said, like just like not seeing his character from Schitt's Creek as David. And some really minor gripes, but I also think the female lead, I should pull up her name, that's with him, I thought she was really, really good too. I've never seen her in anything before, but yeah, she was really funny.
Yeah, I can't remember who
Taylor
she was.
Ortega. There you go. Jenna Ortega's sister.
Actually?
I don't know.
Okay.
I should probably look into that.
False advertising.
I don't really know where you'd even search that, I guess.
Is Taylor Ortega Jenna Ortega's sister? Just on Google. I'll let you know.
That sounds like
The internet does
Google.
that. Okay.
So yeah, no. Not related.
You Googled it. You Googled it. There you go. Now he's going to proceed to Google it while giving us dead air. Okay. We're still doing this?
No, not related. There you go.
Okay. Good to know.
And what else?
I'm sure we'll never ever ask that ever again.
Shay and I also started a new anime show that's going week to week right now. I think it's just called Mao, M-A-O. It's on Disney, which is really weird that Disney is having like a show. It might be releasing somewhere else, but it's really good. We're really vibing with it, but it's trippy because it's very, very, very similar to a show that we watched back in the day called Inuyasha. And it's just like a really similar storyline. It has its differences, but it's kind of trippy watching that now. So yeah, a little bit of anime mixed in there and some Denis live action show. I really want to get Apple TV because I'm just hearing a lot of great stuff about
Widow's Bay.
Yeah, and Marco has money problems.
Marco's got money problems, yeah.
Hidalgo was telling me about it, and I really, really want to watch it.
That's transitioned into... Or no, you're not done, Kip.
Well, I was going to say, there's a bunch of other stuff on Apple that I've yet to see. Like, is Severance on there?
Yep, same thing.
There's
Morning
a handful
show,
of shows.
finally catch up on that.
You say you caught up?
No, I need to.
Oh,
I've still just watched that one season.
behind.
Yeah. I'm going to finish it one these times, so...
For sure.
But yeah, no, I'm watching Mario's Got Money Problems. It's amazing. I had said this a couple times throughout the year that I was getting more and more on the bandwagon, but I'm officially now locked in on Elle Fanning, man. She's up there on the list. She's on that list where it's like pretty much anything she does going forward, I'm gonna watch her stuff in the past that I haven't seen that I'll probably check out. But yeah, she's such a talent. She's good in that show, but she's a good variety of sentimental value and this and Predator, and there's one more thing in there, but she's really good. But this show was made for me as far as Elle Fanning, she's great in there. You got Michelle Pfeiffer playing her mom, you know, my old flame, and then Nick Offerman plays her dad, but her dad's like a retired pro wrestler, and they're talking about the wrestling business is constantly comes up in the episode. It's not like, oh, I used to be a wrestler. Like the last episode, he went to an independent wrestling show, and there were some shenanigans that happened there. He's talking about WWE and AEW. So it's like just like curated in a lab for me, but it's a really fun comedy of just single mother trying to make her way out. So yeah, that one's really good. And then yeah, obviously we talked about earlier, but I highly recommend Widow's Bay. Even as a non-joke, I think that even just 2 episodes in, we'll have to see. But like I said, the premise is just the mayor's trying to get this town better. And there's a bunch of old people like, no, this town's fucked up. Like when the fog comes in, bad stuff happens, all these things. And even then too, his son is very much like, I want to move. I want to get out of here. They haven't set this up yet. They've set up the storyline that no one from the island that's been born there has ever left. Our main character wasn't born there, so he's fine. But his son was born there, so I'm very curious where this is going to go. It's a very it's a slow burn so far, but that happened the last 10 minutes. That crawl space scene I showed you, you can tell. Like I feel when we get to that last 3 episodes, penultimate, it's gonna really bubble up. Like all the stuff is gonna like fall down. So already I'd say recommend it. Or even if it's something that I feel people, if they want to hold off, I feel like they could be a great Halloween watch. It's not as serious because it's comedic, but it has that kind of Midnight Mass feel where it's small island, small group of community, they all knows each other, and fucking weird stuff's going on. This one has more tongue in cheek, and yeah, Matthew Rhys is I love him as an actor. I love him since Brother Sister. I love him since the French name is here. I'm gonna fucking pull it up again when I'm gonna sing. I love his again just because it's what I love the twofer of. It's not only is it a weird fucking clown that comes out, it's like in real life, if you were in a crawl space and let's say you were staying there at night and some guy just came in and be like, hey, you want a hand in this spot, you'd be like you would be freaking out, man. Like but it was such a good build up, and that was the scariest thing that happened so far. And that's just episode 2. The next episode, I cannot wait. The title's called The Inaugural Swim, and it's this like event they do every year where it's like the first time they go in the waters, I think, because it's warm enough. And it's like, fuck, man, what's gonna be in these waters? So that's where like the tongue in cheek is. It's like where it's like Luigi's Mansion, where it's like you got this fucking mayor now 2 weeks in a row. He's like in over his head, investigating these things happening in his town. And that's the thing they revealed in this episode. It's a minor spoilers again, but like he's a mayor because no one else run. No one else wanted to be mayor, and he just ran unopposed. So he's just like, it's all these like situations. I'm giving it play one more time because it's just.
Why didn't you answer? Howdy, neighbor. Why didn't you answer me?
Like that shot too, scary. Yeah. And I love when he kneels, but then come falling down.
You still don't see the head.
Yeah.
No, don't come in. Don't, I'm coming out. Don't come in. Don't come
Yeah, like that shot, man. Holy fuck.
Oh yeah, no, but that's what I love about this shot when it's when
the shirt.
The shirt, but this shot here, that shot, because okay, obviously you can see it's a clown there, but when I was watching it live and he was just crawling, I was like, what the fuck is this thing? And then when he shines that light and it's Matthew Reese's face and reactions.
Yeah. So that's a good scared face.
I highly recommend it so far. I'll circle back at the end of the series. I think it's like 8 or 10 episodes. I think it's a mini series, but there's that. And then I'll quickly rattle off a bunch of movies I've seen. I think I talked about this a little bit, but just to put a nail in the coffin, finally saw Psycho Killer. Super disappointed in that, but that was not a big surprise because those reviews, right? But that's a good case of, man, they cut a great trailer. That trailer's great, and it's one that like I think you could still watch in the future. I wouldn't say like, oh, bump it up, but like if you ever see it, you could watch it because it's one of those when about half an hour in, you're like, what the fuck is this movie? Like, and not in a good way. You're like, what are they doing here? And where we get to the third act, it's kind of wild. And they again, I not to toot his horn over here, and you'll get to see it later on this year when we release it. But you know, I don't want to say too much, but let's just say in Adrenochrome, Kirkland used a voice that's on his own, and lots of people praise him for this. Whether it was the actor or the ADR they gave this actor for the guy who's Psycho Killer, just anchored this character. The I am the Psycho Killer. It's real bad. It's like did you ever watch Inspector Gadget back in the day?
Oh yeah.
He has Claw's voice. Like the it's real bad. Mm-hmm. So there's that. I caught Crime 101 because that came to Amazon. That's that Chris Hemsworth heist movie. And Maria Barbaro's in it with Mark Ruffalo. Really good. And Barry Keoghan's in it as he's like a psycho thief that's on a bike. Really good in it. Yeah, that's what he is. He's just driving around doing crazy stuff. Really good, except the third act's just like super rushed. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. I feel like there was like a 4 or 4.5 there. I don't think I gave her a 5, but I think it felt like it was building, and it felt not only just the third act, but some of the conclusions we get to are very easy. But if you like crime thrillers, it's worth a watch. It's a good time. I gave it like a 7 out of 10. I spoke about this on episode 700, so you can go back. Great episode that we did outside and all in person. But as I said, undertone, yeah, that was a little disappointing. I think that was more just people kind of built it up a bit too much of the hype. I think there is some good filmmaking stuff about it, but I think I just went in with too high of expectations. And I agree with Maddie. I think it would have been a better short film. So it's still like worth a check out maybe one time. I watched Mercy with Chris Hemsworth, that movie where he's in the chair and Rebecca Ferguson's like the AI judge.
Chris Pratt, right?
Or not who Hemsworth. Did I say? Yeah, Hemsworth's the Crime 101. Yeah, Chris Pratt is this one. The best way I can describe it, put my letterbox. Last year after GV Day, which might happen, it's going to happen again, but I mean like this reward of when we did GV Day, it was, hey, if we win, if you guys get this certain goal, we'll do a movie night. And we did that, and people picked War of the Worlds. That's this movie, but serious. It's that movie, but just not fun. And that, like in that sort of way where it's very much like, screen here. It's about, I'd say, the same, because like Chris Pratt is actually like doing some good acting, because there's times you can tell, oh man, he's just alone in this room and he's like acting out these terrible things. Like I think he's good. Ferguson's like good enough as this AI, so that's why I gave him like the same score, like a 5 out of 10. Like it's just the 50. And there's some stuff where I looked and like, oh man, as a director and a filmmaker, this probably would have been a headache to put together sometime. But it's just not really fun to watch. It's kind of blah, you know. So
why are we greenlighting this?
Amazon's got the money, you know. Which in concept, I guess I get it, where a guy's in the chair, he has to do his fence. But it's definitely a movie that I paused twice and was like, oh, there's that much left. It's one of those where it felt long. And then obviously I saw Fight Club in theaters, but we will talk about that next week when we do the retro. I don't know if we officially announced that. For patrons, you're going to get that early. It might stay exclusive. I don't know, but we're going to review Fight Club. We got some fun stories to tell there, but it's 25th anniversary. And we were all seeing the theater. I mean, Taylor did. Kirkland will save his story for another time. But we're like, oh, we already saw it. Let's talk about it. Who knows? And then the last thing we did is we watched the original Toy Story because me and the kids are getting ready, obviously, for Toy Story 5. So we're just going to watch all those. And then we're going to get into the MCU and catch up Gwen and some of the other kids. Because me and Gwen have been doing the watches. Ellie doesn't retain as much. And Logan goes back and forth on some superhero stuff. So me and Gwen are going to continue to watch. They'll choose they watch or not, but I'm going to catch up on some MCU because we're in the middle of phase 2 right now. So I don't know if I'm showing her I'm not making her sit through Moon Knight, but just to catch her up on before, because Doomsday will be her first Avengers movies in theaters. So
Cool.
I think Ellie's going to go because she likes the type of genre. Logan's like a day of the week. She's a character nowadays as far as what she'll watch and not watch. So we'll see. But yeah, there you go. That's episode 702. A girthy one. We had lots to tackle, lots to cover. That's why I pushed some subjects in the future to another cast. Kirkland?
I just noticed this is GV72 on your title.
I fixed it. It didn't fix after.
Oh, okay.
I did fix it in post, but it didn't there.
Okay,
So,
there you go.
yeah. All right. We will be back. Me and Kirkland will be back on Sunday for Euphoria episode. What is this? 4 now. And I
I
promise
feel like
you.
we've had so many 2-man episodes lately. Just you and me. It's trippy. We got
I know.
Euphoria. We had a Weekly Geek.
Yeah. And then this. And then
And
we
this.
had a couple Daredevils.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Just weaning those guys out.
Yeah.
Their
That's
shares
the
will be
plan.
ours here pretty
Before
soon.
people aren't going to notice. They're just going to think it's just our podcast. And they'll be, what happened to Dylan and Taylor? Like, I don't know. They just haven't come back.
Dylan went on a trip. Yeah.
Yeah.
He couldn't.
He texted us his photo, and we like, God, it was one of those. He was on the passenger. He got hit with one of those. So he picked
What's
up
the
a
line? What's the Michael Reese line again? Why aren't you answering me?
First of all, Matthew Reese,
That's
give him
actually
some
so-
respect. But yeah,
That's it.
I saved that so anytime you guys haven't answered me on a question, I can hit you with the why are you answering me?
I feel like that's such like a very realistic type of line to have in that moment. Where like
Yeah,
you can
'cause he
hear,
calls out
like,
his
the
name and they're just
fear and,
walking
like,
around.
Yeah.
Why aren't you answering? Why aren't you answering? Like I'm saying, if you get Apple TV, give Whittles Bay a shot. I think it's up the alley, and I think it has some vibes of stuff we're talking about doing in the future. So, yeah, we'll see. Whatever happens next week, we'll be back. Euphoria, all that good jazz. Until then,